Shit, I didn't send nobody text or anything. Maybe I should. Should I send you people text that I'm doing a live? The only damn person I told was the owner of the saw. Okay, well, while we wait for you guys to come in and I get set up here, which I'm mostly set up, I got Unk in the background doing eBay. Grumpy Unk, say hello to our YouTube fans.
Hello, everybody.
That's Grumpy Unk. He's a grumpy asshole. Why do I call him Grumpy Unk? Well, does anybody know what RBF is? It's called resting bitch face, and my Unk has it. When he's watching TV, he looks pissed off at the world even though he's just chilling. So that's why I call him Grumpy Unk. It just kind of happened. Don't smoke, it causes cancer. But so does the damn food with all the GMOs and HMOs and preservatives and pesticides and chemicals. You ever seen lettuce from a garden fresh last 4 weeks in your fridge? No, I bet you don't. It's going to wilt after about a week. But lettuce from the store will last you a month, sometimes even longer. I have cabbage in there that I bought like 7 weeks ago, and the shit is still good. That's called preservatives that give you cancer. Since nobody's here, I better tell my neighbors, you neighbors, that are going to watch this in a minute and might see this in the future, what the hell's going on, that I'm live, and that we're having problems uploading videos to the YouTube. I can get them edited, get my thumbnails made, and get them started uploading, but no matter what platform or device I use, whether my main cell phone, my Galaxy S10, my secondary cell phone, my Moto 5G, or my laptop, or my PC, they upload to about 30-something%, and then 2 days later, that's where they're at still. You gotta start them over, and they keep doing the same shit. I've had this problem in the past. Sometimes it lasts a day or two. Sometimes it lasts a couple weeks. We'll see what the fuck happens this time, but it's been a few days now. So, I figured we might as well just start doing live. That way you guys actually have videos, and then I'll just have to keep you guys informed that, hey, if you're looking for new videos, go to my channel and click on the live. Because we're going to do some of our jobs and our how-tos as live videos, because you guys know me, I usually don't edit my damn footage hardly at all anyways, and so that way you guys have footage, because if I can't get shit uploaded to the internet, I'm doing you guys dirty because you don't have no videos. So that being said, let me send a group text out. Whoever the hell's here, got some people here, hit the thumbs up, comment down below who the hell's here. Let me make sure I got the chat on all chat, live chat, okay? And here we go, okay? So, I suppose I'll be a nice guy. I'll let people know I'm going live. Put the thumbs up, damn it. Whoever's here, please. We need the thumbs up. We need support. The shed shop is going to sink if we don't start making some money. And we need YouTube to make more than $20 a week. We were making $40 a month. But now we're making like $20 a month. I said week, I meant month. We're making like $20 a month on our videos. They're doing shitty for some reason. YouTube is trying to shut us down. Hit the thumbs up and comment down below who the hell's here. Help the video get into the algorithm so it can get more views and so it can have ads watched, or YouTube Premium people can watch it and I get paid a few pennies. We gotta make at least 1,000 views to make $7, okay? So, thank you for the thumbs up, neighbors. You get $7.50 for every 1,000 views you get, okay? That's if you have monetization on, if your video is monetizable. A lot of my videos are limited monetization because I say fuck and shit and cunt and goddammit and all that shit, okay? Or I talk about a man is a man and a woman is a woman. So basically YouTube limits your monetization abilities if you have anything in your video that can offend anybody. So, hello Fatty Buntings. Would your neighbors like to say hello to the Fatty Buntings? Can you see her? Let's see. Here we go. Say hi, Fatty Buntings. Okay? Say hi to the neighbors. Sit down. Look, over here. Come here. Turn around. Sit down. Sit down. Can you guys see her? Let's see. Stay. Stay. Say hi. Can you say hi? Say hi. Good girl. Good job, Fatty Buntings. Let her say hello. Come on, good girl. Okay. Fatty Buntings says wave hello. You guys go in the comments and tell Fatty Buntings hello. Let me let Jonathan Luna know I'm live working on a saw. I told him I'd let him know, so there we go. It's his saw. I did a video on how to fix your, replace your recoil rope, and the problem is, when I use this phone, the view is very different from when I use my main phone, and so a lot of times, unfortunately, I'm not in view of the camera and I need to get hella better at that. I need to get the cord and have an additional screen that I can see, because constantly going like this to look at the camera to see what you guys can see kills me. I'll set a tool on my bench like a screwdriver. So, hey, what do you mean fatty? Thanks a lot, neighbor. Oh, hi, Fatty Buntings. I thought you were calling me fatty. What's up, neighbors? Thanks for the comments. Curtis, how you doing? I dropped your package off, let's see, did I do it today? I know I went to the post. Yeah, I think I dropped your package off today, neighbor. You got your tracking, so it should be scanned in, and it should be to you within 2 to 3 days, neighbor. Let me know if you have any issues with the laptop. And like I said, I don't remember how much your parts cost, but I wrote it on the bag, and you just pay me when you can. Hey, neighbor, love the video. Hey, Bobby, is that Bobby Combs there? Is that who that is? Yep, Bobby Combs. Hey, Bobby Combs, thanks, neighbor. I appreciate you. I'm just going to send a text out. I like to do text. People like me to text them when I'm live on YouTube, and so I try my best to send out a couple of group texts. Let's see, working on John Luna's 025. I gotta put live on YouTube. Bear with me, neighbors. You can just stare at me. Go get your snacks. Go get your drinks. Let's get ready. We're gonna have a good time, okay? For those that just came in, Grumpy Unk, one more time. Say hello to the viewers. Hello. That's Grumpy Unk. Grumpy Unk is learning eBay, and I've got a template, and it should take him 2 to 3 minutes to post a part, but neighbors, it takes him like 30 minutes to an hour. But hopefully he gets better. We need to make some damn money. We got the Don Lot 1K, where we spent $1,000 plus $60 in gas, and now we have spent, let's see, thanks to the neighbors that did the super chats last live. Ted Neitzel, if you come in, neighbor, I have not shipped your stuff yet, and the reason is because I told you I would check the rail gap on that bar, and I have to roll that bar out for you because I know you don't have the tool to roll it out. You're still going to have to deburr it and level your rail with your file, but I know you don't have the roller, so I've got to roll that bar out, neighbor, and my bench vise is right here, and as you can see, I've got the 200T. Neighbor Curtis, I don't think I told you, but I ported the 200T, and I'll tell you what, that's a really easy port job. Super easy. I autoed it through an entire tank, and then I had it running again, and it stopped running for some reason, and I started taking it apart. It seemed like it flooded, so I just took the car apart. I did a few little tinkering things here and there, put it back together. It was running again, and I tuned it in, and then as soon as I start walking over toward to cut a tree, I hear something clanking. So I shut the saw off because I was nervous, like a clip dropped out or something, and the saw was seized up. So I brought the saw in, put it on my bench, took it apart, and I had to beat the piston out by putting a scrench through the spark plug port and beat it out. There was no other way I could get it out. I tried everything. But there was nothing wrong aside from the dents I put in the piston. There was no scoring. There was no transfer. There was no signs of overheating. There's no signs of a ring catching. There's no bearing torn apart. There's no metal shavings anywhere. I cannot figure out why the hell that saw seized. Either that or I just dumb luck somehow. A ring did catch, but when I beat it out, it didn't snap the ring and the ring didn't scrape. I do not know. I mean, I thought I did a really good job porting that saw. I was very careful. And unfortunately, it didn't work out. So anyways, what we're going to be doing today, neighbors, at least for now, is John Luna has bought, I think 2 025s for me. I can't remember, but I've worked on his 028. We refurbished that. Not restored, refurbished. There's a difference. I'm not at full restoration capacity abilities yet, trying to get there. But we also built him an 025, and it's got a Meteor top end on it. And the sumbitch has 190 pounds of compression. We've checked it with 2 different compression testers. And I use this, as you can see, I've got multiple different kinds of recoil rope that I use. This one stuff, it was like $10 for 300 yards. And I thought, oh shit, that's worth it to try it out. Well, his cheap rope didn't break because I told him, hey, I'm going to test this rope since you're local. I'm going to put this rope on your saw, and we want to see what kind of quality it is. The rope didn't break. His knot slipped out of his handle, and so it wasn't the rope, but I put in, let's see what we did. Oh, no, that's the other saw. I think we did the stems. I have stems in Oregon number 4, which is basically the size of the rope. And we did a bigger knot so that it hopefully doesn't slip out again. John had warranty on his saw, and he's past his 90 days, so he no longer gets free labor. However, he got free parts. So the rope is free and this fuel line is free. And instead of charging him the minimum $50 for the labor per saw, I'm only charging John $25 because, one, he's still under warranty, and a lot of times I will do half off the labor on little stuff like that, and because, two, John gives me a shit ton of work. He refers a lot of people. He's referred people that have had me work on string trimmers and mowers and chainsaws. He's referred people that have bought chainsaws from me. He's referred people that have let me rebuild their entire O model steel. And so, you know, he gets good discounts when I'm able, because he brings me good work. And plus, John has always, almost always, not always, we can't always do it, but he's always kind of paid me a little bit extra, you know. And if he was under warranty, there's a couple things we had to fix in the beginning under warranty, and he had no bill, but he gave me money anyways, you know, and he wouldn't let me refuse it. So I kind of have a thing now where if somebody tries to offer me a blessing, I try. Don't deny your blessing. I've been told that many a times, and so I try now, because if somebody's trying to bless you with financial or gift you a saw or something, or products, cleaning products, etc., for the shop, I accept those blessings, because you don't want to insult somebody. They're trying to donate something. They're trying to say that you're valued, and when you tell them, no, I can't accept that, a lot of times it's an insult. And so I try to make sure I don't insult my neighbors that are trying to bless me and deny my blessing. That being said, we only got a couple of people here, but I am having issues getting videos to upload to the internet, and so in order to give you guys content, I figured we will just go live, and I will keep you guys notified that, hey, if you want to see new videos, you're gonna have to go to my channel, go to videos, and you'll see videos, shorts, and live across the top if you're on Android or PC, and you can click on live and you can watch the videos that have been live, because I'm gonna start doing more lives, and we'll see where this goes. But I might start tearing down. We've got that massive stack of parts from the Don Lot 1K. I've torn down and cleaned almost all of the 1127 stuff. We've built I built an MS390. It's for sale, neighbors. My price is $525. I used to sell them for $625. It's worth it, because no matter what happens in the long run, you are covered with me. You're taken care of. Your saw, your investment is going to be protected by the builder. Okay, if something goes wrong, I'll take care of you. It's got a 20-inch .325 on it right now. I know it should have 3/8, but I had a beautiful 20-inch lightweight steel bar that neighbor Mike T gave to me, because he does a lot of dive cuts, and he felt that nose was too thin for him, and those bars are like $60 or $80, and so I've been wanting to put that on saw, so we put it on this 390, and we put a Carlton semi-chisel chain on it, and it cuts good with the 325. Actually, that saw cuts hella fast. It's got an OEM top end out of the Don Lot 1K. Our ring gap was only like 0.017 or 0.018, and so the saw clearly had low hours. Our cylinder looked beautiful. The piston has almost all the machine lines, like very, very, very highly visible on it. The cross hatches in the cylinder are still like, it's almost off the factory floor. There's almost no carbon buildup. Carlton is my favorite chain. Curtis, yeah, I love Carlton, man. They don't stretch that much. They last. You don't have to take off much material when you sharpen them, as long as you keep up with it. And I can get 6 or 7 tanks out of one sharpening, and so I love those chains. You're right, they are good. Steel chains stretch. They're way too expensive. I don't buy steel chains anymore unless they're requested. I have a customer right now named Jason. He was here for about 3 hours last night. Grumpy Unc and I went to La Fuente for dinner, and my neighbors sometimes come over at 10 o'clock at night to look at us all, purchase us all, have their saw fixed on. That's what I have in rolls. Yeah, I wish I don't break chains yet there, Curtis, but I'm working on it. So let me get this phone so I can try and watch the chat. I know we only got a couple of people, but hopefully, usually when I send that text out, we'll get a larger audience. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to change accounts on this so that I can follow our live chat. So basically, I go to a different account I have. I click on my live event. There's a little bit of a delay. I don't have premium on this one, so I got to watch ads. The account we're live on right now is the one that has my premium, which YouTube keeps raising the price every year. I think it's up to like $14.99 now. Okay, so where's a good place to put this so I can see it and it won't fall? I forget where I usually put it. That's not going to work, but if we move this, it might not fall. Okay, so we're changing the fuel line. I cannot remember when Jonathan's saws got built, I had a lot of OEM fuel lines, so I cannot remember if we did OEM or aftermarket on certain stuff. John, he likes to be called John. John likes certain stuff to be OEM. Like his bars and chains, he really is a he likes his steel bars. He's okay with Carlton chain. That's what he likes. That's his preference. That's his favorite. And so, pretty much anything I do for Jonathan, John gets it gets the damn it, I can't speak tonight, you guys. It gets the Carlton chain and usually a steel bar because that's what he likes. Now, I had my 8mm earlier, my socket, so that I don't have to hand turn, but I don't see it. So it looks like we'll be hand turning this. Oh look, I don't even see my 8mm. See, this is the thing, you guys. I'm trying very hard. I had this stuff set up earlier because I knew I was going to go live. And so a couple of hours ago, as I was cleaning saws, I tried to set up everything I need for this video. I had my 8mm socket right over here. And now it appears to have vanished. And I also don't see my 8mm hand turn. So, if I can find my Milwaukee bag, it might be in there. But I thought I took it out. There it is. Okay, so we'll hand turn this. Okay, we have to, as you saw, pop our air filter off. Now, on this saw, it is a lot easier to do this fuel line by removing the entire top cover. So, removing the wrap handle and the rear handle / top cover. However, you can do it without doing that. I have a couple of tricks. And it really always depends on the situation with my hands and whatever is, you know, sometimes it's just one process that might normally work, sometimes might not work another time. And so we're just going to try one of our standard processes. We'll show you in order to do the fuel line without taking this entire saw apart. But as you saw, sorry, I didn't tell you what I did here. The choke lever, all you have to do is pull your choke chute closed, pull your carb a tiny bit forward, and that will slip out. Pull your trigger in, and you can pop. You see right here, there is a groove where your throttle lever sits in. You can pop it right out of there, and then just twist it right off your carb. And then I like to, it's easier, very carefully, put your screwdriver up under your kill switch and pop it out and gently twist it out of that seat. It sits in over here. You don't want to break that, and you also don't want to break this clip, so you want to be careful. I do believe Jonathan knows I don't like, John, sorry, he likes to be called John, knows I don't like saws to have a bunch of fluids in them, and so he did drain his fluid. Thank you, John, for draining your gas out of your saw. Okay, so I have this tool. We're going to have to go ahead and remove our fuel filter. And once we get this fuel line off, we'll go ahead and get the Mighty Vac, and we'll see where it developed a pinhole, and we're going to see if it's aftermarket or OEM. And I'm using an aftermarket, and on this aftermarket line, if John has another problem with it within the next few months, I'm going to replace it for free, and that will include free labor and a new free line. So we got our fuel line removed. Now we can go ahead and pop our fuel filter removed. You can get up under here, okay, and you can pop your, this is a grommet one, you can pop your fuel line out or push it through. Okay, that one I pushed through and it did go through easy. If it hadn't done that, I would have pulled. Okay, so as you can see, this has got a pretty large grommet, and that sits into the tank right here. Okay, and it looks like I may not have used seal oil on his thing, John, that's not a tiny pinhole actually, neighbor. Our fuel line cracked. It looks like it dried out. I know your building doesn't have climate control, and so maybe the heat got to it. Let's see, this looks like, I don't see steel. Normally it will say steel right here if it's OEM. I don't see that. And so it's not a tiny pinhole. It's cracked. It's almost like dry rotted. And so that's not John's fault. Our fuel line shouldn't do that, even if we store our salt in a hot shed. So next thing we're going to do is put our fuel line in. I'm not going to vac pressure test that now because it's not a tiny pinhole. Let's see, Carlton, that's what I have in rules. Okay, so no new chat. We only got a few people tonight, but that's okay, neighbors. It's a Wednesday night, you know, a random live event. And so I've got my new aftermarket fuel line here. I didn't have any OEM left. I do have some used OEMs that are good. They would pass vac pressure test, but since John's close, I'm going to go ahead and use the aftermarket again. And like I said, John, if you're here, I know you were working on a four-wheeler. If you're here, neighbor, it's going to be 100% free if this fuel line has any issues. I'll go ahead and give you like 6 months, 100% free. The part is 1 year free, but on the labor, I'll give you 6 months. If anything happens in the first 6 months, you bring it back, and I'll put a new fuel line in it, no labor. And if this one has an issue again, I'll go ahead and buy you an OEM. Okay. So I'm just using a lot of extra seal-all on this. I'm even going to put it on the top of the grommet. Kind of protect this a little bit extra where it cracked there. And so we'll see what happens. That's the good thing about John living close. Now, these can be a little bit difficult to get to go into the groove sometimes. You have this flat side here, and that is going to face the recoil side of your chainsaw. So kind of straighten it out, drop it down in there, okay? And the challenge is getting it through this groove on the damn it, on the handle. Yeah, I might have to I cannot talk tonight. Damn, you guys, I'm so sorry. I might have to loosen his top handle here. Nope, it went. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. And then basically we're just going to try. We'll start it on one side, okay, and we can go up underneath here to try and push it in, okay. Got that part in, and we just kind of work it in. I think I got it in enough to push it from the top now. This isn't really something I can give you a good camera view on. I'm so sorry. Okay, it did turn on us a bit, so we'll turn it back. Get that in there. Let's see here. Trying to see. This is the problem. You can't see. Can't see hardly nothing. My inspection light's not working. So, ah, shit. It went right through. I'll be damned. Shouldn't have done that. Well, I might switch over to a used OEM. I don't know. I wish I had some new OEMs. But amazingly, steel doesn't keep them in stock. So now what I'm going to do, since it went all the way through, I'm going to take a curved needle nose here. And again, my inspection light is not working, even though I just put new batteries in it. I really need this tool. There it goes. It wants to work today, finally. Wasn't working earlier today. So that I can see here. Yeah, the fuel line really shouldn't have popped all the way through like that easily. And that leads me to wonder if I mixed in. Sometimes I will buy unbranded stuff to test it out. But due to the shop move from the small shop to this shop, some of my stuff has gotten mixed up, my brands. And so they're all in one organizer, which means I don't know which are Pharmatech and which are the unbranded. And so now I'm just trying to push it back up through, but I'm trying to do it in a way that it goes into its groove proper and not all the way through. But I cannot see. My inspection light has turned off. Yeah, see, it doesn't want to work, you guys. $40 light, and it lasted me all of like 8 months. So I can't see what the hell I'm doing, unfortunately. I just cannot see. Without light, it is very hard to see in this tank. It's very hard to see under the handle. I might pull it back out and come through the top again if this doesn't work in about 30 seconds. I cannot see, unfortunately. And if you're chatting, guys, sorry, I can't see the chat right now either. I gotta see this. Gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay. There we go. Yeah, see, I got it all the way back through. Don't know, I'm not liking this. Our seal all is probably dried by now, unfortunately. So I'm going to try one more time. Yeah, our seal all is drying. It's almost to the point I'm going to have to put more on it. And that's why I say sometimes it can be really hard with this handle on to do this, because you don't have a lot of space to work. It's just a matter of trying to work it in there, and I'm not getting it. Not getting it the way I like it. I'm going to pop it back out, clean the seal all off, and start fresh. We're going to loosen this handle to give us more room to work with. Come here, you little bastard. Try and do this without ripping it, being rough with this fuel line. Okay, so we're going to clean all this off again and start afresh. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use card parts cleaner. Let's see. Everybody's quiet, no chat. Hey neighbors that just came in, can you guys please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up? The channel is struggling real bad. YouTube is not wanting to allow our videos into the algorithm, and so we're not getting basically for any of our YouTube stuff. We are like 1,000,000% viewer supported right now. YouTube is typically, yes, mostly viewer supported, but a lot of guys get they put a lot of ads in their videos, but you have to get lots of views to make money that way by advertisement. And I don't put a lot of ads in my videos. I kind of just let YouTube put their 3 or 4. And once in a while, if it's a long video and YouTube only puts 1 ad at the end, I will add about 3 or 4 ads in. I try to do it at good break points. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I need more space. I need this handle to have some flex to it. Jonathan, you're missing one of your AV haulers. I'll go ahead and put one in for you. So I'm going to take his handle, his wrap handle off here, okay? We're going to loosen it all, take it off, because it's pretty easy to remove the wrap handle. Typically, as long as these AV annullers come out easy. Why is the chat so quiet? Neighbors, nobody's got nothing to say? I know somebody's got some tips. Tell me, hey, what if you do this instead of that? You know, everybody's got different ways of doing stuff. And I'm not opposed to people giving me ideas. Okay, I'm going to have to debar this damn thing, which I was trying not to do for a fuel line. But this is the life. Sometimes you can do it in 5 minutes, and sometimes it takes you 50 minutes. It just is the reality. But I know I have a bad habit of trying to do things without taking 2 minutes to remove something, such as a clutch cover or bar and chain. But it is going to be easier for me, and that bad habit causes you to fight stuff, and you try and do stuff that just doesn't work without giving yourself more parts off of the saw. And it's only a couple of screws. It's not really that much extra work. I get myself in trouble a lot doing that shit, so I'm trying to break that habit. Trying really hard. His sprocket looks pretty good. A little bit of wear, not too bad at all though. Did we use an aftermarket? Nope, we used OEM. Okay. Bearing's still in good condition. Not a lot of play. We're doing good there. So remove that bumper strip. Remove this AV annuller to get to this T27 back here. Okay. I'm gonna have to go in the house and get Loctite, because I don't think I'm gonna tip my blue one upside down, see if we have any left in it. But I just had to buy new Loctite. Oh no, I got my blue right there. Is that Loctite? No, that's not. I'm sorry, that's not Loctite. What is that? That is Water Flow 1000 something. Oh, that's plumbing stuff. Okay, that came with my soldering wire. I have soldering wire to check my chainsaw squish. Nobody is saying nothing in the chat, or is that my phone not updating the chat? I'm not really sure. Somebody comment something. 9 people. Neighbors, go ahead and give the video a thumbs up. We have nine people in the audience. Let's see. It's just easier to pop the top handle. Yep, chat's working. It was slow at first. You're doing what I do from the get-go. I'm watching you. I never actually used Pharmatech products. 6 months, 600,000 miles, whichever comes first. I'm a husky man, but these. So yeah, see, the chat isn't coming up on my other phone. There we go. I got my 025 running good. Just needed carb diaphragms. So Wally, why didn't you buy them from me, neighbor? I got your carb diaphragms, CTS. You guys got to start buying your chip from me. I got eBay, but if you guys contact me and pay through PayPal or Cash App, I can get it to you cheaper. And I have a lot of stuff that's not listed online, and I'm working hard to build the parts. But the reason I haven't is because, again, money. We are struggling financially. Unc and I had paid off several $1,000s in debt, but unfortunately, because for some reason, again, you know, we were making a little bit of money on YouTube, but we're not now. And so for some reason, okay, now also this gives us the opportunity to get under here, and I usually use a Q-tip, which I missed. And so I was doing my neighbor dirty anyways. We can get this surface nice and clean, okay? I like to use either a little car parts cleaner or brake parts cleaner or alcohol because it dries really fast, okay? And it cleans all the dust off to give us a good seal. Why is this not, my chat's not working here? Okay. I don't care, YouTube. Just show me the chat. I don't know why you're not letting me see it. This is weird. Okay, let me see something. Close that. Where's the chat? I'll give myself a thumbs up. Okay. Wish I would have caught you before you shipped me out. I was going to see if you had a piston ring for 026. A piston ring or rings, Curtis? It's only like, well, I might be able to get away with putting them in a regular envelope and a stamp between a couple of business cards. But, yeah, I don't have just rings. I have pistons. I have some good used rings. But I don't know that I have any new because I've already robbed some from a couple of my pistons, which means I have pistons with no rings. And I have ordered some. What is that dragging back there? You mean the AC? The AC, is that what you're talking about? You say, what's that dragging back there? The AC is turned on. I have the ultrasonic turned off. Okay, I've got this cleaned up. So let's go ahead and put more Seal All on it again. Try this again. Okay, like I said, I want to put a nice thick coat. It doesn't look like I used much Seal All last time at all. Okay. Nice thick. Get the whole groove filled in. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of just coat the top to kind of protect it. Because this stuff seals clear. And I think it will help prevent that cracking there if that was because of a faulty fuel line. What's that dragging on? Sounds like a bot. Oh, Curtis, that, yeah, it's a chair. Unc is listing parts on eBay, and so that's my desk chair. He's sitting at my desk using the laptop that Blanche donated. Okay, so now, trying to think, yeah, let me go through here. Okay. Come on, there you go, come on, get in there. Okay, now I'm going to get this up through the top to make it easier. Where it needs to be, hopefully. Okay, there's that. Now, we can turn this sideways, and you can put something in there to keep that spaced apart. And that will help us go ahead and put this in its groove. And then just kind of push the other side so that it pops in place. There we are. Okay, nice. It's turned where it needs to be. And because my fingers took some of that off, I'm going to go ahead and just coat the edge of this again. Just kind of build it up. It's a good product. I use this on my personal saws anytime I service them. My personal weed eaters. My pole saw. I even use this on my lawnmower actually when I do certain stuff, and it works great. I have some of this on a lawnmower fuel line that goes into the fuel tank. I put it on a year ago, and that shit's still holding solid. Wally, you got a bunch of saws this week. What'd you get, and how much did you spend, and what are you going to donate to the shed shop, neighbor? I know you got me a beautiful 046 in there that's going to just need a little bit of work that you want to donate to the shed shop so that we can make $1,000. No, what'd you get, Wally? Go ahead and tell us. Tell us what you got. What was your haul, neighbor? Okay, now that we got our fuel line in, I'm going to go ahead and put this switch back on real quick before I break it. Okay, you do have to take this wire, and there's a little groove cut out of the handle, and that is for this wire. You don't want to, careful, I know how to do this without ripping the jacket, and if I rip his jacket on his wiring, I can replace it, but you want to push it down in that groove carefully with a dull tool without ripping the jacket of the wire. Now we can go ahead and put his handle back on. Okay, I'm going to clean it off a little bit. Let me grab the air. Okay, there's that. Well, shit. Got caught up, neighbors. Echo did me dirty. I got a neighbor, Jacob, and he's got an Echo saw here. I think it's a CS510. What the fuck is going on with my air hose? And he bought the cylinder kit from Ace Hardware here in Columbia. They're a steel dealer and an Echo dealer. And it's the cylinder and piston and wrist pin and a new bearing, but that saw has 2 spacer washers that go on either side of the wrist pin. That damn kit, he paid like $200 some for it. It didn't come with those damn washers. And I'll be like, I'll be damned. I would think it's supposed to. And I told him to check and find out. I don't know if he ever did. I said because, okay, we do have some Loctite coming out. Great. I said because I would think that kit would come with those spacers. But he also just tossed his old stuff, his wrist pin and bearing and everything away. Which I think was a mistake. But so we don't have the used ones. And Echo, Craftsman, Pro Xeno, Red Max. Oh, you got a Red Max. Neighbor, what kind of Red Max is it? Grady? Grady's been looking at Red Maxes for a while. He wants to buy a used Red Max. What model do you have, and are you interested in selling it? The Red Max, because I might want to buy it. And a like new MS250. There you go. Best damn homeowner saw ever made, man. 10.1 pounds power head weight. Very fuel efficient. Doesn't have a large fuel tank, but it is very fuel efficient. And 46 cc, man. The 1123 series really are, I say 025 and 250. I'm not a big fan of the 210s, the 021s, the 023. They just don't have enough power to me. However, they are still very good saws. I just like the 025 250 better. 3 freebies. Oh, they were all free, Wally. Shit, that's what's up, neighbor. If it's free, it's for me. If it's cheap, that's great. But if it's free, oh yeah, it's for me. I even take pull-ins free now because I'll give them one time. If I can spend an hour tuning them up and spend less than $25, I will do that. And then if they don't have a bar and chain, I'll put a little $25, $30 Raisman bar and chain on it. And with any luck, I sell it for $75 to $100. So I make me a little $30 or $40 profit for an hour to an hour and a half work, and that's not bad, neighbors. Okay, I am using Loctite on this because this damn saw has 190 pounds of compression. And this screw doesn't want to line up for some reason. And I can't see. There we go. Okay, I gotta go up one click here on the saw. Got one more there. There's 6 pieces total. The Red Max GT4000 is scored. I wonder if I can get a decent aftermarket for that model. Aftermarket. I'll do some research, but if that's something, Wally, that you might be interested in selling, I'll let Grady know what model you have. I don't know if he's in here. I forget what his YouTube tag is. Okay, there's my last screw. Because he's been wanting a Red Max chainsaw for a while now. The Poland looks new, but been sitting forever and needs a fuel line at minimum. What model Poland is it, Wally? And you should buy your parts from me, neighbor. I'll sell them to you cheap, okay? I got fuel line and I got carburetor kits and I have a bunch of Poland air filters on the way. Poland and Craftsman air filters, aftermarket. I use a company called CTS. They have great carburetor stuff, and their air filters and stuff are usually pretty decent. Sorry about the air compressor. Clean my neighbor's saw up a little bit, okay? Here we are, John Luna, sorry. He likes to be called John, but he introduced himself as Jonathan. And so I've been trying to remember to call him John. Let's see. Yeah, Wally, what model is our chat lagging? Let's see, Poland Woodsman 2000. Okay, Poland Woodsman 2000. I'm trying to think of which one that is. I mean, I know the pros really well. I know the 50th anniversary. There's a lot of those out there. The Poland Pros, which obviously there's a couple of different models. Yeah, CTS, man, and I order direct from them. The only problem is the freight gets me. They really do. Their prices are really cheap when you buy direct and buy bulk. However, they definitely charge me way more than what the freight costs. If something's going to be like $30 to ship, they'll charge me like $90 to make up for how cheap they're selling their parts. And so I have to factor that plus customs in. I don't really make money selling my carb kits on eBay, but it helps bring traffic. I might make, you know, $1 off of them after my packaging and everything, but not a whole lot of money. Okay, so put our fuel filter back on. We'll go ahead, this clips in. There's a little groove inside of our gas tank right there that slides into. His seal looks good. I know I put a brand new cap on this saw for him, so that's good. Okay, now we have our intake grommet here. We're gonna go ahead and clean that off. We don't want any dust or debris on that. It's like from the 1980s. Yeah, it sounds like an older saw. That's what I thought. Okay, I might actually have one of those. I have a couple of Poland top handles there, Wally. I got a couple from my neighbor a while back, and one of them runs, but I think I did something wrong routing the fuel lines, and I think I gave that one away. The other one, did a tune-up on it, but I never could get it to start. I think even with a shot of fuel, it wouldn't start. I can't remember, but because they're not very... Whoa, easy, Angel! You okay, baby? You okay? Hey, calm down. Okay, what's the matter? You okay? What's the matter? What happened there? Huh? You okay? What happened? You okay? You okay? What's the matter, baby? You okay? What, my love? You okay?
I think she's got a foot caught in that thing under you.
What happened, my love? You okay? You okay, my love? You choking? Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, my love? Are you okay, huh? Are you okay, my love? Are you okay? Are you okay? Huh? Is everything okay? Are you okay? You're shaking like crazy. Are you okay? Huh? Do we have ghosts in here, huh? Are you okay, my love? Are you okay, my love? Are you okay? Okay, my love. Okay. What do you think happened? Mark?
There was something in there. I think she got her foot caught in something.
I don't know. She just went kind of crazy. I didn't see her catch on anything, and she literally, it was almost like she was having a fucking seizure, man. I know she's still got that yeast infection in her ears, and the ticks have been fucking getting her like crazy despite her collar. And it's okay, baby. Okay, are you okay? Are you okay, my love? Are you okay, huh? Hey, you want some snacks, huh? I'm sorry, guys. Bear with me. I don't know what just happened to my dog, but she comes first. I love you, neighbors, but she's more important right now. Come here, fatty buntings. You guys didn't get to see that, I don't think. No, you might have seen a little bit of it, but she almost looked like she had a seizure or something. It was really weird. I can't see the chat again. Sorry, guys. Okay, it's like from 1980s. Yeah, last comment was the Poland. Sorry about that, neighbors. I don't know what happened to fatty buntings, but here go fatty buntings. Are you okay, my love? It's okay, my love. You're not in trouble. Here go, my love. Mark, can you please, put all those parts back under the table, and get that fucking weed eater, lay it over on this stack somewhere out of the way. Make sure there's a clear path so nobody's falling and she's not falling. No, it won't hang up. It doesn't stay. So, sorry about that, you guys. Yeah, my dog, man, that scared the shit out of me. I do not know what just happened, but it scared the shit out of me, man. I love my dog. If anything happened to her, I would fucking lose my mind. Okay, back to it. So we're gonna go ahead and plug our fuel line in, and it is a little easier if you do your carburetor before your switch, and it can be easier to plug your fuel line in after the fact. However, sometimes I accidentally do stuff backwards because I'm dyslexic. Okay, so push that on, get our grommet in place. Okay, make sure our fuel line is not pinched. Okay, everything looks good. Our switch is in. Now we can go ahead and put our throttle lever and our choke lever on. Our throttle lever just hooks onto our carburetor there. Okay, and then push it forward, pull your trigger, and snap that into its groove. You can use your fingers, and sometimes I need to use... Yeah, that's what it seems like, Wally. Like something spooked her. It's weird. It didn't seem like she tripped or anything. It just literally either something spooked her, she had a fucking seizure or something, but she's never had any seizures or anything like that. Okay, and then the choke lever, you just, again, flip it, slide it into the hole in the switch, and then if you pull your carburetor a tiny bit forward, it will slide right into the choke lever on the carb. Now we take our air filter base. Let's clean that off real good. Yeah, it's weird because she doesn't get spooked by the tools or anything like that. She's used to all that. I mean, she doesn't like the riding mower. She won't come near it when it's running. If it's off, she's fine, but yeah, the air doesn't bother her, and banging and all that. She's used to all that shit. I don't know what happened, but it scared the shit out of me, honestly. Okay, so then we put our two 8mm nuts, and we're going to put these on good and snug. You don't want to over-tighten them, you guys. It's going against an intake gasket, an intake grommet that's inside our boot, and our boot is rubber. So anytime we have something rubber that we're trying to seal against, we don't want to over-tighten. So there we are. Okay, so we'll snug that one and come back to this one, finish snugging it up. And then one more time back over here, so we snug them even. And then we'll clean our air filter a little bit. It's good, it doesn't need replaced. A lot of people spray these from the outside. It's much better to spray from the inside, because if you think about it, you're spraying from the outside, you're pushing stuff into the fiber, and it's going inside your filter. So if you spray from the inside to the outside, it makes more sense. And then once I've done that, then I'll spray at an angle. I'm not spraying straight on. See, that looks a lot better. Not restricted at all. Yeah, she's just kind of standing there. It's weird. Weird. Don't know what happened. Anyways, so put our air filter in. Make sure it clips on. Okay. And then our air filter cover should be the last thing back here. Okay, and that's just a twist knob. Turn our switch back off. We have cleaned this up nice and decent for Jonathan. For John. Okay, John. Yeah, no, his bar is in good condition. His rail looks pretty even still. I know he rotates his bars like he's supposed to, so yeah, no burrs. So he's clearly either not used this bar a ton, or he has been flipping it, keeping his chain sharpened, making sure it oils properly, and deburring it if it needs deburred. So good on John for taking care of his equipment. Okay, bar, let's see, I want to see what side. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and go this way for now. The other side's a little bit more worn. Okay. Chain. He does need, maybe needs to touch his chain up a little bit, but I know he's been cutting with this recently, so I'm sure he knows he needs to do his chain. I don't typically sharpen chains because it takes me time, even though I have a grinder and everything else. And I am not the absolute best at sharpening chains, so because of the labor involved and with my disability, it's not usually a service I offer, because I would have to charge more than they can get it done at the dealers. And so I just send them up to Damn It Bobby and Lewisburg Outdoor Power, Amy and Brian at Lewisburg Outdoor Power, or Damn It Bobby at the co-op, the steel. Okay, clean off his clutch cover for him. Still got his chain catch on. It's been hit a couple of times, but the thing is, a lot of people don't know, you guys, with these 025s, there is a hole here And it says in the FAQs, which is a huge, like 586 page manual, there's 2 of them. Steel mechanics have asked steel questions, and the chain catch was one of them. Opposed to replacing your whole cover, you can actually buy the $7 chain catch and get you a little nut and bolt, okay? And you can use that hole to bolt on a standard chain catch if your chain catch breaks off your cover. It will even fit if the chain catch has not broken off your cover. You can still put it on. Okay, and sometimes I will do that with these saws because I get $3.25 for them, and so sometimes I'll go that little extra mile to make sure I can fetch my full price. Yeah, John did pay. He paid $3.25 for this saw. A little bit more, I think, because he wanted Carlton chain specifically. Okay, I need to clean his bar studs. But for now, the dog just freaked me out. I'm kind of distracted now. I need to get her medicine done ASAP. Okay. Yeah, Mark, go ahead.
Does she normally slobber that much?
No, that's what I was saying. Something happened. Something's wrong.
That's
so I'm going to check on her in a minute. I'll take her inside and look her over.
Looks like
well, it's hot too. That's how they sweat. So.
Okay, well, I didn't know. Like I said, I was just asking. Because I don't normally do that.
Yeah, this bar nut is got a lot of freaking debris in the threads, and it's not threading on normal. So I want to clean it so it doesn't strip out. Let's see. That Woodsman is a reed saw. Weren't too reliable. Of course, I'm not a top-handled man, but some of the newer ones are game changers. I've worked with quite a few of them. Hey, listen, Curtis, I love a top handle to do my chores with, but I got my little, I don't know, I think you've seen my 192T, Curtis. I dyed it green, forest green, and then my recoil stopped working, so I had to change the recoil. So it's got a white recoil on it, but the rest of it is green. I kind of wanted to make it look, you know, like, I didn't want it shiny, and so I kind of roughed up the plastic with some Scotch-Brite before I dyed it so that it would look rough looking, kind of, you know. And I did want the color to come out a little more uniform, but it still looks cool. You know, I like it. It's my personal saw. It's lightweight, and I can do my chores with it nice and easy. You know, I can hold a branch and cut it. Yeah, Jonathan's chain is tensioned just perfectly. I love it. I love it when somebody knows how to handle their saw and knows how to maintain it and knows how to tension their chain. I mean, his chain is exactly where it needs to be. I mean, just perfectly. It needs zero adjustment. So, good job, John, for taking care of that. Okay, now we're going to get some fuel. The seal-all doesn't take very long to set up, and the fuel's not touching it anyways because the seal-all is on the outside. So, we'll get some fuel and fire this 190-pound 025 up real quick. And then I don't know if I might stop the live event and go inside for a few minutes, or I might just leave it on and I'll disappear, and we'll put a sign, we'll return in 15 minutes. Because it's hard to restart the whole live event, but I'm not too concerned about a big audience. I'm just trying to make sure my regular viewers get some footage, and I'll feel bad. Well, shit, Curtis, if you don't want that 192, I'll take it as payment for your parts. Chet, I'll even send you a full 026 piston. If you wanted to get a full 026 piston. Oh, Curtis, so seal-all, I got introduced to this about 1.5 years ago. A guy told me he's like 70-something years old, and he's a mechanic, he's a tinkerer, and he introduced this to me. It's gas and oil resistant, and it's almost like a super glue for mechanics. So it helps like when you install oil tubes and fuel tubes. It helps create a seal, and it helps hold it in place. You can even use it like if you don't have gasket dressing or what they call gasket sealant. You can even use it to hold like your crankcase gasket in place, a very thin coat, to hold that in place, and also to help the micro crevices seal. I mean, it's like $8 a tube here, but I freaking love this shit. I use this on a lot of different stuff, And then of course Ted Neitzel introduced me to using anti-seize as a sealant on threads and stuff, and I love that too. It works great for spark plugs and everything else. I put fuel in this, right? I'm distracted. I'm worried about my dog. Okay. let's see here, neighbors. I'm gonna turn you over here. Let me see where we're looking at. Lower you down a bit, straighten you out. I'm sure this saw should start just fine. It's got hella compression though. There she goes. Turned up, Big John. I know he runs his saws rich, but I'm going to recommend, John, that you turn that up just a bit. She's running really rich, it sounds like. Okay, so I was tipping it over and everything to make sure we don't have any leaks. So there you go. That is how you can change your fuel line on your Stihl 025. That's all your 1123 saws, and it's a very, very similar process for the 1127. So all those models would be your 021, 023, your MS210, your MS230, your 025, your MS250, your 029, 029 Super, your MS310, your MS290, and your 039 and your MS390. All of those are almost an identical process to do your fuel line. So like the video, comment down below like you have been, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and consider becoming a member for just $3.99 a month or $7.99 a month. The types of videos that I put out for members is a lot of times me getting super pissed off, and you can laugh at my frustrations. Sometimes I break shit, I throw shit, I say a lot of bad shit, I talk shit, I talk shit, okay? And so you get special emojis you can use and stuff. I mean, for $3.99, you know, to help the channel out. It's really largely to support the channel, and you get a little bit of extra perks, and you get members only videos and stuff, which again, right now I have issues getting videos to upload. That's why I'm doing the live, so you guys actually have some footage. So let me go hang this saw up. Well, we're out of hooks. Mark, what are you doing? Are you done with all the recoils?
No, I'm just working on the last one, the last
Holy shit, you're still not done with the recoils, neighbors.
No, I'm on number 7 right now.
Number 7. 7 recoils. And how long? How long has this event been? Because he's been working on them for 30 minutes since before this. How long we've been live? Let's see. Uh-oh. You guys are going to have to go on live support. Yeah, an hour. An hour. All he has to do is take 5 or 6 pictures, put the price in, and click post. And in almost 2 hours, he's gotten 6 recoils posted. I've got the entire template for him. I love my uncle, but damn, man, I told him it shouldn't take him more than 5 minutes a piece. But I'll tell you what, when I told him that yesterday, it was taking him like an hour to post each clutch cover, and again, using a template. And I told him, I said, all right, Uncle, I'll tell you what, if you can get that next clutch cover posted in 10 minutes, we'll go get Mexican food. We'll go out to eat. It took him a little bit longer, but that's the fastest part he's posted. Hell of a motivator food for him. Anyways, so let's see here. I have to decide what to do, what I'm going to do next. You guys are on live support, so I can't really take you very far, but let me turn you over here. I'm going to show you. I need to have another cigarette because I'm still having a panic attack from my dog, basically. Oh, got to turn you down some. Let me see, try and move this 271 out of the way. Okay, actually, let me show you this. This 271 right here, the 271s have a transfer cover on them. Okay, that's epoxied. It's not bolt-on like the Husqvarnas. Okay, and they can end up leaking. That motor is perfectly good, except the transfer cover leaks. Now, I have never tried pulling one off all the way. I have tried TIG and MIG welders without success because it's hard to get up in between the fins. I have used JB Weld on the outside of it, and that has worked. I have a guy actually, he bought a 280 off of me, and he really wanted a 271, and he bought a discounted 280 off of me. Sometimes if I have saws with little problems, but I'm like, man, that there's no reason to part this saw out. I can really fix it. It can be a good runner. I will either use it as a loaner saw. So like a lot of times if somebody buys a saw from me and they have an issue, it has to come back under warranty. I try my very best to put a similar saw in their hands while their saw is here. So this 271, I built it. Chip, you can't get it out without knocking you guys over. I dual ported the muffler, okay? And I've had great success doing these mufflers just like this with a 1/2 inch OD pipe. It's probably like a 7/16 inside diameter roughly. This is the stock port. I take the spark screen out. I usually make this port a little bit bigger back there with a step up bit. I didn't on this one, not sure why. And then with the air filter base, the intake baffle essentially, this had plastic tabs here and over here. And so this is a really restricted airflow. And I cut that out. And so we get more airflow in and better airflow out. And it really does, the 271 becomes a totally different saw. However, when I got this one built, it wasn't running right. And so I did a vac pressure test. And you can see I have JB welded the top of the transfer cover. I did one spot where I thought it was specifically leaking and it still leaked, and so last night I went ahead and I spent about an hour. You have to be really, clean the surface really good. You have to go in there with a tiny wire brush and scuff it up so the JB weld holds better, and then you kind of have to use a tiny screwdriver to form it in between the fins and along that seam. And so I have to vac pressure test this, but this is a beautiful saw, and it's unfortunate because typically I won't sell it like that. The last one I did like that, I did because the guy's local and he really wanted a 271 and he was having issues with the 280, which a lot of times customer says the saw won't start. I drive an hour and a half out to the property and the saw starts just fine. Fatty Buntings is 6.5 years old, I think. She's born December 2017, right around Christmas. So I believe, let's see, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. Yeah, she'll be 7 in December, so she's 6.5 years old. She's getting up there. So anyways, that, I don't know what I'm going to do 100% yet. I normally sell those for $425. I know some of you neighbors are in areas you're like, that's crazy. But listen, I don't care how long it takes me to sell my saws. I know what I feel they're worth. And an item is only worth what the buyer and the seller agree it's worth. We might agree that saw is worth $1. We might agree it's worth $10,000. It's really up to the two people. The person that has the item has to determine what the value is for them, and then the buyer has to determine what the value is for them. And then you meet in the middle sometimes. But my prices don't usually go down at all. My 1123s, my prices are firm on those unless they're what I call an ugly Betty. If they've got sun faded plastics and everything, the internals are always going to be really good because I tear my saws all the way down. I measure ring gap. I replace anything that needs replaced. I measure my bore. If my bore looks good, but the saw just, sometimes they're just old. And if you measure your cylinder and you're 0.5 millimeter wider on your cylinder than you're supposed to be, well, honestly, you guys, that saw will still run, but it's not going to have the power that a refurbished saw should have. And so I will either sell that cylinder for like 10 bucks on eBay if I can, or I will make that as a loaner saw. But that's why my saws cost what they cost, because a lot of people that do this, they don't take all those measurements. They don't go in, they'll reuse crankshaft seals on the clamshells. I don't do that. If I have to take one apart once in a great while, I will reuse my crankshaft seals if they are brand new and I had an air leak without running the saw. But I don't reuse crankshaft seals even if the saw didn't have an air leak. I tear them down even if they run fine. I have to go through it, so my prices are firm. But I might either sell that, normally I sell $425 with a 20-inch. I might sell that saw for like $275 with a 20-inch and put a disclaimer what's wrong with it. Or I'll make my price like $325, and then instead of a 90-day warranty, I'll extend it out to like 6 months because it's got that patch on it. But I always tell people about that kind of stuff. If I remove transfer, sometimes there's only like a 3 minute or 30-second amount of transfer, and I'm like, yeah, that I'll remove. I still disclose that, and I explain what it is, because most people don't know what that is that are buying a chainsaw for homeowner use. But anyways, all of that being said, that didn't even need to be said, just thought I'd let you guys in on a little bit of how I work and why I price my saws the way I do. And it limits my buying pool, but I work my ass off on my saws. So here we have a 372. Our top cover has vanished, and I cannot find it. Saws are going for crazy amounts around here. Are they, Curtis? Well, I need to sell saws in your area then. I thought I could zoom this out. Okay, there we go. So I have here a 372 for neighbor Ace. He's not answering his phone. That saw, I sold him a brand new meteor top end and a carb kit, and he put it together. It came in a lot that he bought from a meth head, and turns out it didn't have any crankcase bolts on it. He put it together. I ran to town to get some materials. Ace ends up showing up at my house. I told him, I said, the saw runs, but it is not running right. It won't even idle. I think it has an air leak. He took it home. Says, I'll tune it in. Never got it tuned in. Anyways, I finished it up. Now I can't find the damn top cover. And until I find it in this abyss of a mess, I can't sell the damn saw. I've got this Husqvarna. That's just a service saw. Sometimes I will not tear my Husqvarnas down all the way because I can't get a lot of money. This is a 440. There's no way I'm getting a $300 bill for that, even if it's fully torn apart and refurbished. I just will never get that. You can go spend $50 more and get a brand new one. This is the 026 I ported here. It idled through a full tank, and I opened my transfers up too much because I nicked it. So they're like right at the max, but it idled through a tank. I cut a full tank, and then I was into the second tank. I had like a quarter tank left. The saw died and wouldn't restart, but it was acting like it wasn't getting fuel. And so the original piston did have a little bit of marking. No scoring. It looks like scoring, especially on the camera. And my ring gap was a little bit wide, but I figured since it's my first time porting a saw, I'm just going to roll with that. And I feel like if I go ahead and put me a Meteor piston in that, it will probably be good to go. I feel like it's just the ring gap is too much. I didn't check compression, but I think that was our issue. I've got some 390 top ends here, OEMs that came out of the Don Lot 1K, an 029. I've got some cranks and all kinds of stuff. Anybody needs some 1127 recoils? I got like 15 of them. Anybody need steel clutch covers? I've got some for various models. We've probably got enough to cover about 10 or 15 of the steel models. 044s, 026s, the 1127 series, other stuff like that. So if you guys need parts, let me know. I'll give you a discount if you're a subscriber. And then here, can you guys see it? This is what we might do. We don't have much of an audience, but if you guys want, I might consider taking me a few minute break and go into a teardown marathon. If you guys are interested in watching how fast I can tear these sumbitches down, I might go ahead and start tearing that pile down, and I'll leave the camera on. You guys go in the comments and tell me if you're interested in that. I would have to go inside for just a few minutes. I like to wash my hands and glove up to do filthy shit like that. Check on my fatty buntings, give her medicine. Do you guys want to watch some 1123 teardown marathon? Let me know. I don't mind leaving the camera on. I will. But like I said, we have to go in the house, and we'd have to take an intermission basically. So I can't see the chat here. Brother, you're so lucky to have a repair shop. Dom, I don't think it's luck, because I have the worst luck in the world. I've worked my ass off, and I'm in hella debt to have this shop. Hella debt. Hella debt. It's been a lot of anguish, a lot of tears, a lot of blood, a lot of suffering, a lot of 70-hour work marathons nonstop, and then being stuck in bed for 3 to 4 days. Tear away, my friend. Yeah, Curtis, I know you'd like to hang out. Even if it's just you, Curtis, if I got one person that wants to watch me tear down saws, I have no problem leaving the camera on. I really don't. The YouTube channel is not making money. As I said, this live event is for my neighbors that... I don't like to say it this way, because some people, I mean, Curtis, you understand what I'm saying, and Ted understands, and several other viewers, subscribers understand. Rely on this channel. The battles that I share the life experience that I share, the wisdom that I put out, it helps people, you know, to see that, hey, this guy's willing to show his suffering and he perseveres, you know. And so a lot of people look forward to videos, and when I don't put out videos, you'd be surprised how many texts I get. Hey, you know, when are you going to put out more footage? I've been waiting on a new video, you know. And I have to say, well, the internet's doing me dirty, the cell service is doing me dirty, you know, or I'm doing you dirty and I don't feel like fucking editing. But right now, I've got like 7 videos I can't upload. They just will get 38, 39%, and then they'll freeze there. And it'll say it's uploading. And then if you open up YouTube and leave it there, you might, in 2 hours, get another 1 or 2%. But when that happens, I could leave it for 3 days and it will never go. I have to stop it and start it over. And if it freezes like that, I know no matter what, and you're cussing me out. I don't cuss nobody out, god damn it. Listen, motherfucker. I cuss, but I don't cuss people out. If I'm motherfucking cussing you out, you goddamn cock-sucking prick motherfucker, you'll know it. See, that's cussing somebody out. No, Curtis, me and Curtis have fun. I fucking love you, neighbor. So, that's what I'll do then. If anybody wants to stay, stay. If anybody wants to go, go. You're free to do what the fuck you want. Jesus gave us free will. I don't restrict your free will. I'm not going to tell you what the fuck to do. But let me go on and take a break. Yeah, see? See, Curtis knows. Yeah, I'm fucking with you, neighbor, though. You know I love you. God damn it. I wouldn't send you a free laptop if I didn't love you, neighbor. Thank Blanche for that, seriously, because she donated the laptop over there. And so that allowed me to gift Curtis my laptop. It's just like we got some super chats on the last live event. That helped me be able to pay to ship that laptop to Curtis because it was like $18. And shipping Ted stuff is probably going to be about the same. And so that $55 we raised in super chats, it's the most we've ever gotten on a live event. In fact, that $55 is more than we've raised in super chats total. I actually think it was like $64 than we've raised in super chats combined altogether in the past. I don't know why. Listen, you guys, maybe it's because I don't be fake and shit, and a lot of my audience is like me. We're fucking poor. We can't afford to give money away. But, you know, other YouTubers, they make thousands and thousands of dollars on live events, on one live event, and most live events, I don't make any money. But those that do donate financially, just so you know, it goes to the case of brake parts cleaner that's sitting on the tailgate because I'm at a brake parts cleaner. It goes to, yeah, that's right. It goes to car parts cleaner. You know, it goes to paying my vet bills for the dog and for my uncle's cat. You know, we just spent $700 between those two animals. Chewbacca has to be sheared twice a year because she's got extremely long hair. And then she has issues with her nails. She gets ingrown nails really easily. And so they have to go in and work on her nails. And so her bill is over $100 today. And that's what it is every visit. She's usually right around between 100 to 280. I think we had to spend one time on Chewbacca. And Angel recently, $379 between her 2 vet visits. Might have been a little bit more. But when you donate, it keeps this channel going. It keeps materials. It keeps fuel. Because without that shit, I can't keep the channel going. We need to start a fatty care. Ernest, listen, or goddammit, Curtis, listen, neighbor. You wouldn't believe how many fundraisers I've had fail. When Uncle almost died, I started a fundraiser on this channel. And the video that the GoFundMe, I had like 300 people tell me to start a GoFundMe. I did. We've got like 50,000 views on that video. It's my most viewed video on the channel. The only one I've had get that many, even anything over, you know, I might get a video once in a while, get really lucky and get like 1,000 or 2,000 views, you know. Greasy Shop Rag gets around that number in the first 24 to 48 hours on most of his videos. I get like 40 views lately. I don't know why, but we're not getting views at all, neighbors. But anyways, shit, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I started a GoFundMe and I pinned a comment on that video and I added text to that video that, you know, we were doing a GoFundMe to help us try and pay for Uncle's medical care because we couldn't afford his medications. And we've got, what, $50,000 right now, roughly, in medical bills for you. I know both hospital visits were like $10,000, $9,000 and something a piece.
Yeah.
just for the ER copay.
Yeah, my medical bills. But luckily, we didn't have to pay the $330,000
Yeah,
that
that's
my
what it would have
insurance
been.
had
He's
to
got
pay.
shitty insurance, but it did pay a lot of the hospital. His hospital copay is $9,000 something just to go to the ER. As soon as he steps in, that's what his copay is going to be. So, anyways, yeah, we're about $50,000 in his medical bills. My liver medication is $481.11 a month. And if I don't take that, my liver will stop working, and so I have to take that probably for the rest of my life. But that being said, yeah, so when you guys can afford to financially donate, when you can give super chats, please do. Please do, because you don't know how many days I spend stressing over how the hell am I going to keep the YouTube going. I can't afford it because it takes time to make the videos, and then I have to take time to edit, and that takes me away from working on stuff. And also, a lot of times I don't have the parts that I need to complete projects. So I'll get 5 videos out on a saw, and then you guys never get to see it finished because they're sitting in fucking bins down here because we need one $7 part or one $15 part, and I can't afford it because I have to keep inventory or buy parts to fix my neighbor's shit. And even though they pay their bills, I have saws, all of those saws over there. You know, neighbors, I have saws sit here for months on end, and most shops give you 30 days. I don't do that to my neighbors. I try to cater to the working man. Now, if somebody is really just not communicating with me, then I'll give them a timeline. Listen, you've got this much time. But a lot of people live an hour and a half, 2 hours away, and just that 3 hours or 4 hours that it takes round trip to drive and get their shit, it is hard for a working man to come up with that spare time to make that drive just to pick up one of his saws. You know, and especially my tree service guys, you know, they've got tons of equipment, and so their shit sits here until they work in this area again, and I'm cool with that. That's why I get their business, because I don't rush them. So I don't have a lot of tree services. I need more work, but the problem is I don't advertise a lot because, Curtis, what we talk about, I'm not reliable because of my health. So, that being said, let me go take care of my dog. Let me go take my medication. I'm going to write a little note. We'll return in 15 minutes, and you guys are going to stare at the bench and listen to Unc work in the background. That way we don't have to start a whole another live event over, okay? And then we'll go into fucking Teardown Mania. Neighbors! I have 025 fever neighbors! Alright, you guys are on live support. Let me pause my life here and keep you guys going on live support. Let's see. My notebook right here. I'll put Chainsaw Teardown Mania will begin in 10 minutes. So we'll do like so. We'll put 11:23. Chainsaw Teardown Mania.
She's right behind your feet.
Yeah, I know. I really got to find my 8mm socket though if I'm going to be doing that, because I am not fucking hand turning all those 8mm nuts. So we will have to find that. Here we go. Deep six step chit Rob Weaver! Even though you're probably not here, neighbor. Okay, get my sunglasses out of the way. Neighbors, I'm going to clean up the bench real quick here. Here we go. We're going to put this. In case anybody... Whoa, shit. You guys need to stay connected. What the hell do you think you're doing? Where are you going? Listen, you guys need to be a longer cord. We have a problem. I'm going to have to go get Unc's supercharger. God damn it, the cord's too short. Everything's in the way. That's my life, though. Okay, let's see. There we go. I'll be back, neighbors. Fatty Buntings, come. Come on, let's go do your medicine. Do your ears. Come on, your door. No. Maybe drop my pineapple. Your door. Here you go. Maybe drop my pineapple, Lovings. Okay, come here. You got to show the neighbors some tricks. If we have an audience still. Okay, neighbors. Anybody still here? Let's see. Oh, wow. We still got like 6 people. Surprised. Okay, come here, Fatty Buntings. You guys want to see some of the stuff Fatty Buntings can do? Let's see. Here we are. Sit pretty. Sit pretty. Good. Spin. Spin. Good. Flat. Calm. Calm. Right. Focus. Left paw. Good. Calm. Left paw. Good. Right paw. Good. High five. Good girl. Lay down. Calm. Stay. Wait. Wait. We got her 2 biscuits and a little bit of a pork bone because she had to do antibiotics and ear flush and ear drops, and I cut up some pineapple. Wait. Sit. Back up. Back up. Good. Okay, go ahead. Get your snacks. Which one you want first? Okay, I'll take your biscuits here. Look. Look, Fatty Buntings. I'll put your biscuits right here. Okay, here you go. Look. Come on. You go outside. Go ahead. There you go. There's your biscuits. Have fun. Go ahead. You go outside with your bone. Now she will. Go ahead. Go. Free. Uh-oh. Something in your paw. Come here. You come out here with the ball. I worry. We have metal burrs all over the floor from when I grind and stuff. Yep, she's got something in her paw. Okay, there it is. I got it. There's your bone. Did I get it? That's what she had in her paw, neighbors. Can you see? So I worry about the floor. I try to keep it clean, but tear down, smack down, pouring crazy. Where's everybody at? I don't know. It says we have 6 people. Oh, 5 now. But anyway, so here's what I do. We have some full saws over there. We have some partial saws. And so what I try to do is the full saws because it makes it easier. I have torn down tons of a model, and then I'll put all the hardware in one organizer, and I'll put all the parts. Your biscuits are right here, baby. Here you go. Right here. Right there. Here's your biscuits. Good girl. But I find that ends up taking me longer in the long run when I need to reassemble. And so when I have full saws, I try to keep them in their own separate box. The other thing is, you guys, I'm going to turn on my ultrasonic, okay, because I need to finish washing parts. I would like you guys to tell me, because I can't tell. I mean, I can turn that on, but there's a delay. I need you to tell me if the sound is too bad on the ultrasonic. If it's too much for you guys, I don't know how it's going to sound. I know when I have the camera close to it, it's horrible. I can't run it. But with it being way down there and the AC kind of dulling it out, I'm hoping I can run it while we do the video. So you guys will have to let me know in the comments. I'm going to go turn it on when I grab a saw. And you guys let me know. We're going to get a box. Well, a couple of boxes, but we'll start with one for now. I do have a complete, I think, 025 over there with a bar and chain. And so we'll start with that. Oh, shit. I forgot one thing. I got to leave again, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm going to turn you back down to the sign. I've got to go get a 5-hour energy, okay? I forgot that. I don't have any coffee made. So, here we go. Damn it. Oh, and I need to get my uncle's cord. You got your charger inside by your chair? Okay, actually, I'll tell you what. Can you do me a favor? Can you go get me your charger? And also, on top of the microwave is that blue box of 5-hour energies. Can you get me one of those, please?
Sure.
On the back right of the microwave. There we go. I forgot he's here. Okay, well, don't nibble. Bring my shit to me first, please. Okay, so if you can bring that, and then you can eat. They'd be going for an hour if I didn't tell them that. Hurry up, please! Alright, so let's see what the ultrasonic sounds like. Let's grab a saw. The couple of people that are here, again, please go in the comments once I turn this on. I have to find that fucking 8mm, you guys. If I'm gonna, I have this 8mm, but it's, I gotta find, I mean, I had it. I could have sworn I put it on my magnetic strip here. That is something I definitely have to have if we're gonna be doing these teardowns. of the 1123s. I have to have my 8mm deep socket. Look, I bought these. I bought a bunch of different ones of these. We're going to make kits, okay, for you guys to buy. And they're going to have, I'm going to make a kit with the 14mm. This is the adapter you guys see me use for back pressure test all the time. I'm going to make some slides, okay, for blocking off mufflers and carburetors. So the kit will include several of these, a couple of each size, okay. It will include the 14mm or the 10mm, or I'm going to make a kit with both. It will include a couple of slides. And then sometimes, if you don't have these special adapters to do back pressure tests, sometimes you will need, in order to put a block off on, you use these to put on your studs, or sometimes you need to put them on muffler bolts. And so I always save my wrist pins, and so it will include like 2 to 4 different size wrist pins. And I also bought some hollow metal pipe if I run out of those to cut to certain lengths. And we're going to make a little back pressure test kit. It's not going to have the back pressure tester because I can't find those in bulk to where I can actually buy them and then sell them to make profit. So I'm going to make these little kits, and then hopefully, you know, I'll be able to price them cheap enough to where I have to be able to make a little bit of money for my time and my effort, and I have to recoup my money and hopefully make a little bit of money. So if I can do these kits to where I can make, you know, $1.50 to $2 per kit, I'll be happy. And I'm hoping I can keep them under $30. I should be able to, but I'm going to make a couple of slides, block off slides, like so, with the 1/8 inch rubber. And then I'm also going to include, so you can make some custom ones for various jobs, like a 6x6 inch square of that rubber, 1/8 inch rubber. That way you can make custom ones like I do. It makes it easier. Like this is my 1127 one, you know, for the muffler. And so, yeah, we're going to do that, and we'll see how it works out. And I'll let you guys know when I have those kits, and we'll have an eBay link, and also you guys will be able to buy them direct. So I'm just trying to make sure there it is. That's what I need. Thank you, neighbor.
I got the turbo.
Okay, thank you, neighbor. If you could look at my fucking gloves. $30 a box for 6mm gloves. Amazon's brand. And this is what they do to me. That's why I stopped my subscribe and save. Okay, so we'll put another glove on. I don't know how the fuck that fucking thing ripped. I didn't touch nothing that would rip it.
You want it for this?
Yep.
Hold on. Trying to keep the coil well.
And then I probably need to plug this one into my regular charger. So, but I won't be able to see the chat all that well. So as far as chat goes, you guys, yeah, I probably won't be able to see it all that well. Okay. We got 20% battery on that. 69! We got 69% on this one.
It should say turbo.
I'll try my best to follow the chat. Got it. Thank you, Uncle.
Not a problem.
Oh, shit. Everybody's leaving. Damn, we only got 3 people left. Oh, well. Hopefully some people come in once we start the teardown. Like I said, I'm just doing this for my neighbors that want to be here. Letting you guys hang out. It's not any kind of special video. I kind of fly by the seat of my pants a lot of times on the lives. Sometimes I prepare something specific, and a lot of times I just go do extra stuff. Are we ready? Deep six that shit. Neighbors that are still here, tell me how loud this sumbitch is, and if it's too loud, okay? Whilst I grab a saw, I'm going to turn it on. Let me see here. I only got a couple things left to wash. And I'm sorry, neighbors, I want to make sure you guys have events and stuff, but at the same time, I do have work to do. So I have to balance the two. I don't even know if you can hear me. Let's see. Is that too loud, you guys? Can you hear the ultrasonic? Go ahead and let me know in the chat. Hello from Hugo, Oklahoma. Ashley Young, Hugo, Oklahoma. Well, hello, Ashley. Nice to meet you, neighbor. Welcome to the Shed Shop. I'm Matthew, a.k.a. Chainsaw Redeemer, a.k.a. Incidental Auditor, a.k.a. Crazy as Fuck, Bipolar. No, that's not a.k.a. I really am that. We try to have fun. We do chainsaws. We talk about life. We fix shit. We break shit. We blow up shit. We cut shit. You know, we sell shit. We just have fun. Try to anyways. We share life's experiences and burdens together, and we just try to make life easier and better for one another. Okay, now the air compressor, everything's running. Let everything stop and we'll get back to work. I can hear it just fine. Great. It's the buzzing in the background that I'm worried about. Let the damn air compressor stop. I'm gonna go blow off these last 2 parts, and then I'm gonna tear the fuck out of some chainsaws. You guys gonna see me tear down some chainsaws like you ain't never seen before. Nobody tears down 1123s like I do. Nobody can tear down 1123 as fast as me. I'll challenge anybody on a good day, on one of my good days. I challenge you to try and tear down them saws as fast as me. Oh, you should be done with your damn recoils by now. Holy shit! Seriously, neighbor. Wow. I'll be right there, neighbor. So sorry, goddammit. I told you this channel's raw, real life. It is what it is. Okay, I got a big old fucking pile here. It's gonna fall down. Shit, haters. Okay, got us a couple of saws here. There we go, there's one. It's almost complete. Here's another one. We'll have to turn you guys down to the bench. I do use my impact to tear these down because of my disability. You can damage threads and bolts sometimes, but I do pretty good, and since I have lots of extra stuff and I'm not afraid to break a little bit of shit, that's what I do. So we're ready. Let the air compressor turn off. Okay, there we go. How's that ultrasonic, you guys, on the video? How bad is it? Let me turn this up and see. On the video, how bad is it? Let me turn this up and see. Oh, it's not that bad. Can you guys deal with the ultrasonic? There's only a couple of you here, so if you guys can deal with it, we're going to roll with it because I need to get work done. Okay, so here we are. We're going to tear down some damn saws. Screw it. Let me turn you down to the bench, neighbors. Okay, you guys are usually watching from the other side. Can we zoom out? We cannot. It will not let us. So I've got to get you guys further away somehow. Gotta move this stuff. I got a lot of stuff to move. The bench is full of projects and chemicals and grease and everything else. Shit, I need my air because these saws are filthy as hell. So let me go grab the air again. I fucking love this thing, neighbors. I'm so glad Greasy Shopwreck finally made me one. Okay, and now he's selling them. I'm glad he is because it's a good product to sell. I gotta give him some, damn it, look at this shit. Unhook me, goddammit. This is my luck, you guys. This is my fucking luck. This is what happens to me. This kind of shit happens to me all day long. No, unhook me from the goddamn wire on my neck, neighbor. Oh. Thank you. Fucking ridiculous.
I'll take it off of this thing if you want.
No, leave it on there because it's the hang parts that I paint. Okay, anyways, you guys, the only thing I think he needs to make these a little bit thicker. They'll still fit through the carburetor because they're loose, and because I work on so many, I can do 15 a day sometimes. I think he needs to do something a little bit different. I almost think they should come through and bolt instead of weld. But I'll tell him about that, and we'll see what he says. Okay, great, Wally. I'm glad that we can handle the ultrasonic. Let me grab the air gun. And honestly, I need to light a damn cigarette. I'm going to try my best to do this whole pile. A lot of it is already just individual parts. A lot of it is just pulling a couple of oil lines out. Okay, so let's go ahead and debar this bitch. And again, a lot of things I'm going to use the impact on. I don't worry too much about minor damage or stripping a nut or a bolt here and there, because I can always replace it on these. Okay, so clutch cover. I didn't grab my damn box. And let's see. I know I have an organizer already with this hardware, but that hardware is clean, so I think I will grab an organizer. At some point, we will probably throw our shit in here to keep it a little bit semi-organized. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just going to make a little bit more space here. Get a little bit more organized for this stuff. Everything's a mess. I hardly have anywhere to move. It's just the way it is right now. Let's see. These are sockets. They can come out of there. Trying to think what this stuff is. If I can go ahead and move it. I'm uncertain what it's for. It's just kind of, when you work on a lot of stuff ends up piling up. And I think several of these bolts go to the 044 I was working on last. Would you guys like to see that shit real quick? I finally got me a nicer tank, okay? I didn't want to use a 440 tank for this. 12 mil slant fin, brand new Meteor piston, okay? This is the tank I had, and I do have a couple of 440 tanks now. So I don't know what I'll do with this one. It holds 50 pounds of pressure, so whoever patched that did a damn good job. It's just ugly. And then I just need a couple of things for this 044. That's why I had to go back in the bin. But here is the one I initially started. Put new bearings in it, new crankcase gasket. It's the original piston, and I even think it was the original rings. That was a one owner 044. And the ring gap and everything I think was real good. I think we were at 0.019 or like 0.020, so I didn't re-ring it. The piston was in excellent condition. So at some point I'll be building a second 044, but I gotta finish the first one first, obviously. Okay, so I want to make sure you guys can see. You can see. All right, here we go, neighbors. Let's do this shit. We're gonna kind of go through and see what's good, what's not good. Okay. I know I'm not in the fastest mode that I can be, especially because I got so much shit on my mind, but we'll do what we can do, okay, neighbors? All right, so clutch cover, that looks pretty good. Got our bar nuts in there, okay. We need to pop our retaining clip off right here. Don't let it go flying. Retaining washer. Sometimes sprockets can be a bitch to get off. This one's not too bad, and actually, look at that. That sprocket looks really good. It's very rare I get to reuse a sprocket. It looks like I will be able to reuse that one. Okay, we're just going to put all our shit aside. We'll see if our clutch wants to come off easy. Reverse thread that quarter. It did. Excellent. Okay, it's rusty, but we'll clean it up. You've got a rotor washer, so this is definitely a newer 025. The older ones did not have the rotor washer on them yet. Okay, you got to pull your worm gear out. That looks really good. Should be able to reuse that. We've got two T25s for this dust cover over here. I am going to go ahead, Uncle, I need you to help me locate, never mind, I found it. Muffler bolts tend to, when the muffler's rusted like that, those muffler nuts tend to snap, even if you hand turn them, okay? So we've got this dust cover over here for our chain brake parts. We're going to go ahead and get that out of the way, okay? Watch your eyeballs, neighbor. Two T27 screws for that, okay? And that way, damn it, come here, you little bastard. That way we can go ahead and get our chain brake handle off and out of the way. That's dirty as hell. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and engage the chain brake. That decompresses the spring a bit. Okay, we will pull this chain brake band out. There's various ways you can do it. Sometimes you can, I'm not going to be able to get that one by the nipple. Sometimes you can get behind it like that, pull it up, twist it, give it a little turn. Okay, and it comes off. Get these bumper strips off. They look decent. The bottom one probably has to be replaced, but we won't know until we get them clean. Okay, Troto's in there. We'll go ahead and get our spike off so it doesn't burn. Okay. I like to get the spike out of the way because it tends to bite me. as I'm working on the saw. Okay, here we are. So we'll get that out of the way. These saws, the spike is it has different size screws than the rest of the stuff on the saw. And so you have to be careful. If you end up trying to put those like in your dust cover holes or whatever, you'll end up stripping out your chassis. See, these can be really easy or they can be really hard. Sometimes the best thing to do is just start with a screwdriver to get a little bit under it. And then if you can get some kind of pliers behind it like that, it'll pop off real easy, okay? Those can really be a nightmare, and sometimes they really slow me down on a saw. That can be one of those things that can turn a 20-minute teardown into an hour-long teardown sometimes. And that's why I try my best to do it this way. It's the best way to do it if you can. And then once we get these out, we're going to go ahead and take those chain brake parts off. This one is kind of sucked in there. Okay. There we go. And then we got one more back here, or up here, I'm sorry, by our chain brake handle. This one is smaller. Okay, so that one came out fairly easy. That's nice. Okay, and then for our chain brake, like I said, push your handle forward. That's going to decompress that spring so it doesn't go flying as much on you. Just put your hand in front of it and get behind that spring and pop that bitch off. Okay, and come on, little bastard. Okay, there we go. That's pretty easy. That way it doesn't go flying. Okay, and then you've got a little retaining clip right here. Okay, to take off with a small screwdriver. You just got to get underneath of it against the post, and you can push it right off. Okay, you don't want to lose that shit. They're like $1.86, and my steel dealer charges me $6 in shipping to order them. So, okay, and then you've got what's called the arm. You've got this little black plastic spacer. You don't want to lose that either. Not very expensive, but with shipping, everything gets expensive. Okay, there's no bolt in our recoil right there. Normally there's a screw right there, so kind of pop these off evenly, okay? And once you get the handle off the post enough, sometimes it comes easily and sometimes it does not. Again, it's one of those things. You just kind of got to work with it whatever way you can get behind it, okay? That little lever will pull right out. Our chain brake handle is off. Now these have two different kinds of springs. Sometimes there is a little arm right here with a spring and a clip. These ones are the more common ones. That's what keeps your handle from flopping around. And you have to look right here. If it's flattened out right there, it's no good. I buy these in bulk because a lot of times they are no good. But again, I don't know until I get it clean and can examine it closely. Okay, I also even take out the chain tensioner. It's going to be one screw. Okay, and then sometimes the screws don't want to come out. So I love this magnet for that. Okay, and then you got to kind of find a way to start getting under that. You can usually start back here. And if actually, this one's going to come out pretty easily. I was going to say, usually if you can get behind it right there, then you can take a larger screwdriver up here to get it. But that one came out easily. Don't lose that. It goes on the end because we're going to want to put grease in here and grease that and clean it and get all that goop and debris. That one's actually pretty clean, but sometimes they are not like that. Okay, so now we will go ahead and take our recoil off. We're missing one screw. It's normally 4 T27 screws to get this off, and there's usually a bushing or a collar that goes in that chain brake handle. Okay, our recoil, I will end up 100% taking this apart. Actually, that rope looks really good. It looks pretty brand new, actually. I don't know. It's very rare I leave rope in. I like to take it apart. I don't know. We'll decide on that later. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go back here. Air filter cover just twists off. That air filter is going to be no good. Probably could clean it, but I usually just save my old air filters, and then if I can clean them enough to where they're safe for the saw, I'll use them for break-in periods, okay? Now this is why I wanted this 8mm, because there are these two 8mm bolts back here, and or nuts, and if I do several of these saws, I don't want to be hand turning. So 1, 2, you guys just saw us on the other 025 replacing Jonathan's fuel line. Do that, pull your air filter base off. It usually comes off pretty easily. Okay, and then just take your car. Well, this is already closed. I'm going to turn that up. Okay, Just kind of push your choke chute closed. You can pull your carburetor a tiny bit back and that will slide out. Okay, pull your trigger forward. You can pop your throttle lever off and that will twist right out of your carburetor. Okay, and then you can, I did not check this for fuel. You don't want to get shot in the eye with rancid fuel. It is dry and empty, that's good. Okay, and then you can go ahead and pull that wire out to get your arm off. You just go under and pop it off like that. And that's good to go. And then you can slide your carburetor off, pull your grommet off there. We're going to push our fuel line off with our screwdriver. That's easy for me right now, and I'm not worried about damaging it because it's usually going to get replaced. Okay, I don't know the condition of this saw yet. So then we pull off our intake grommet here. Okay, save that. That's everything back there. We're going to go ahead and push this grommet through here. We're not going to do our intake boot yet until we get our handle off, but since we're here, we're going to push that through. Okay, we've got to unplug our wire from right there. This tank vent is highly unlikely to be good, but I will save it because I can use those grub screws to make new tank vents. Okay, so there's that. Now we go ahead and take our coil off. We have a T27 screw back here on the cylinder holding our ground wires. You want to be careful not to strip that out. And then you've got two T27s. They usually have a washer on them, so try not to lose your washers. Looks like this one does not. That means somebody may have been in it. Okay, now, it can be easier to take this off to get the coil out. It's just kind of floating there right now. So in order to get our flywheel off, I'll show you my method. There are several methods. I do have the flywheel puller for this right here. And it screws into the post. Inside the flywheel there, okay, like that, and then you screw that, but that takes longer than my method, so I very rarely use that. I usually don't have an issue with flywheels doing them the way I like to do them. I'll just loosen that nut some, okay, just a little bit, and then I will leave my socket on. I'll grab me a hammer. I'll literally lift the saw by one of the flywheel fins, and I'm just going to give it a good hit. My socket usually goes flying. Didn't that time, we got lucky. Okay, and that comes right off. You can do that with your nut not to lose it. And that's off. So now, let's see. We've got our AV annullers out. So let's go ahead and get our T27 hooked back up to our drill here. And we have 6 T27s to hold our handle. If you were here for Jonathan's fuel line, you saw those 6 screws. Okay, take all those out. Oh, it looks like our handle is cracked. I didn't even notice that. I don't know how I didn't notice that, or did I just do that? No, I think it was cracked already. And I kind of just probably finished it off. That kind of sucks. I thought this had a good handle on it. And that's what I'm running short on these saws. So that will slow me down thinking about that. I'm like, damn, that sucks. I mean, a lot of times you can fix these. They break there. I have fixed them. But again, that lowers the value of my saw when I have to do a redneck fix like that. Okay, so now we can go ahead and pop our spark plug boot off. Okay, we can go ahead and get our spark plug out. Okay, do that. Again, this is easier for me. I don't recommend doing this with a spark plug. You really can strip it out easily. Okay, don't recommend doing an impact with that. The spark plug looks like it was run a little bit rich. Okay, it's black. Not super wet, but it almost looks like it was at one point run really lean and then started to run rich again, or vice versa. It could have been. Okay, so now in order to get our handle the rest of the way off, just carefully take your intake boot, okay, carefully, and push it through. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and take this AV annuller, and there's a couple of different ways again to do this, and you can just push that through. It's a little bit easier with the muffler out of the way, but usually I can get it through. There we go. Okay, finish pushing those wires through their hole where that grommet was that we took out. Okay, I should have set a timer to see how long this takes us, and I can do them faster than this, but I'm doing it in an instructional way, so to speak. This shroud is just on the intake boot. There's nothing holding it on except it is form fitted. Now we are going to try and break these loose with a hand turner first because we don't want to snap them. Okay, get them loose a little bit, and then we'll go slow with our impact. We got lucky, they didn't snap yet. Strip. Okay, now the moment of truth. We get to see what our piston looks like. Okay, I could have looked through the spark plug port, but I'm going to get a much better view this way. Don did us real dirty. The Don Lot 1K, we got done real dirty by Don. Once I handed him my $1,000, he just kind of started dumping shit in the back of my truck. He was throwing saws in the bins that were 4 or 5 feet away from him, wheelbarrow, and then literally dumping them in the back of my truck like somebody was dumping old construction debris in a roll-off dumpster. Then this muffler is being stubborn. It is on there for sure, okay. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. Yeah, 100% roached, and I'll guarantee you the cylinder is got piston transfer on it and may even be scored itself. So you guys are going to get a better view if I just go ahead and take this off and show you. So now that that's off, I'm going to go ahead and pry this shroud forward to get these wires out of their channel, okay, and then we can get our coil out of the way, okay. I'll go ahead and get my fuel line out real quick because 95% of the time I replace the fuel lines. Okay, so just pull that out. Yeah, the fuel line's stiff as hell. I have found lately that I've been struggling to get these out too. I've had to use my hook and a fucking screwdriver because my hands are just getting weak and weak and weaker. Okay, there's that. I hate when it does that. I said 95% of the time I replace them, but I don't like to waste. And so if I can vacuum pressure this and it's good, I can give it to a neighbor that buys other stuff, you know, if they don't have the $7.50 or $10 to buy a new one. Okay, now flip it underneath. And again, you guys, impact is not recommended if anybody's actually here. 4 T27s down here. And sometimes I do have to break these by hand and then unscrew them with a drill, especially on the 1127s. Every single, I did like 15 1127, I had to dismount like 15 cylinders, and every single one I had to break by hand, and boy did I fucking hurt for the 3 days after. And then your motor should come right off. To break the seal on these, if there is a strong seal with your gasket maker, you can just take your screwdriver. Be careful because you can snap that. But if it'll go easy like that, it almost always will. You get your pan off, and then if you can't get your cylinder or your crankshaft out easy, you can use a rubber mallet. There are various ways, but this is what works best for me. That way, using metal, you would damage your threads and stuff, and that breaks that seal loose. See, look how bad that is, you guys. Ooh, yeah, she's scored like a motherfucker. Let me see how you can see it. Oh, yeah, you can see good, okay. And then look up in our motor. It's got some transfer. But, and see, that's the thing, this cylinder, I don't know what model it is, we'll have to measure it. It says it's an 025, but we don't want to confirm. Let's see, we don't want to just assume, yeah, 1123 025, but we want to see if it's a 42 or 42.5 millimeter, because they came in both. And so if we do remove that little bit of transfer, we want to make sure we use the right size piston. 42.5 obviously wouldn't fit, but if it's a 42.5 and we put a 42, it's going to be a problem. So this is definitely a 42.5. We had 42.49. It's a little bit thinner because of the wear, but let's see, 42.40. Measure it in a few different spots, okay? And then what I do for my bores, I wish I had a digital bore gauge, but I do not. So I have a set of these, and basically what you do is that expands, and then you can tighten it to stay in place. So you put that down in your cylinder, and I like to go right down to the bottom and push it against my combustion chamber so that I know it's level, and then I'll twist it, move it up and down just a little bit as I do, and then I find me a good spot to where I can tighten it, and when I pull it out, it's not going to catch it on any of my ports. And then it's usually a little bit loose, and a 0.5 millimeter really can be close. So we've got 42.40, and then I'll measure that in a bunch of different places. Now if that's 42.40 average everywhere, that cylinder wall is got too much wear, because it should be like a 42, 42.47, 42.49, 42.46 is okay. But we don't want to see a 42.40. That means that we don't have enough plating on our cylinder. And so that's it. That is how you tear down the 1127. This is not the right cap for this. I'm curious to see if it's got oil in it. The other thing I do is, for now, I leave the gas cap and oil cap on. But then when I put it in the ultrasonic, I'll take it off. I leave it on so I don't get extra debris. I take pretty much everything off, you guys, because we want to inspect everything. I used to not take these AV annullers out, but I found that if you don't, they can be hiding rips, and it might feel perfect, but then when you get the saw together, and you can just feel it. This one's pretty good, but we might replace it because these are cheap enough that I usually, you know, I'm charging $3 1/4 for the saw. This will probably get a meteor top end unless I have a good stock top end. I don't know that I will reuse that cylinder. We have to measure it in a bunch of places. It's not that bad. We only have a little tiny bit of transfer below our exhaust port and to one side. It's a teeny tiny bit. I literally could see, this is why I wish my inspection light worked. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. I literally could. I'm trying to see if you guys can see. Nope, inspection light doesn't want to work. I'm sorry, but I can't get you guys a good view. Let me see if my big light, if you turn that on, if that will help. Oh, I'm having issues with my electrical that I haven't fixed. I forgot all about that, damn it. My electrical's not working down here, so my light doesn't work. Yeah, I can't get you a good view. I'm sorry. But it only has a little bit of transfer. It could be removed in less than 5 minutes, probably. So when it's like that, I don't even really consider that removing transfer, because it's almost like you're getting the shit off as you clean the cylinder. So with the cylinder being a little bit scored, I'm not going to waste my time putting paper towels inside the cylinder or wrapping the piston. The piston's trash. Okay, it'll be scrap metal. But we'll save our wrist pin again for the little kits that we're making. And see, the problem I get into is I'll end up, when I'm in Teardown Mania, I want to clean all this as I go. You know, but I really should just be cleaning it when I ultrasonic it. So I just like to get a lot of the main goop off. Okay, so all of that in our box that did have a broken handle, and since it's got kind of a bad motor and stuff, we're probably just going to keep throwing 1123 parts into that box. Okay, but what we're going to do is, shit, I shouldn't have thrown all the hardware in there. I want to keep the hardware separate. Okay, so we'll make bags of each hardware. Not those, but the screws, because that way I'm not digging for the screws out of a huge pile for each saw. It will be a little bit easier if I have sets of hardware that I can work out of for the same saw. So we'll just get us a Ziploc bag, throw those in that. Okay, I reuse my Ziploc bags, you know, it's good to reuse them. And also, that clutch is loose, so I keep almost all the steel clutch springs in stock, and so we'll replace those clutch springs 100% for sure. I do that only if they need it. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But if it's a nice tight clutch, I don't see any point in spending an additional $7 to put clutch springs on, because it's already hard enough to make money on these. When I rebuild them. Okay, get our board gauge out of the way, and then we'll be on to the next one. So let's see, do we have any chat? No, I don't see anything new, but that phone has not been showing my chat proper. Let's see, Teardown Smackdown, I can hear just fine. 6 people, it's not bad. Nope, not a lot of chat going on. You guys tell me what you think. How do we do? Somebody should time me on the next one. I don't think it's a full saw, but it's close. I think the only thing missing is the air filter cover and the clutch cover, maybe. Okay, so there's that. Get our muffler out of the way. Shit, I need to put the worm gear and stuff in there. The sprocket. Oh, and you know what? I usually take that little tiny retaining clip and put it in its own little bag, because they get lost so easily when I go to wash hardware and stuff. Damn it, come here, you little bastard. This screw goes to it, this screw goes to it. Okay, there we go. I think that's all of it. Might have some attached to the bottom. We do not. We have a washer. Okay. Alright. Oh, I was going to remove the piston so that we can save our wrist pin clip. And how you do that, which I think the guys that are here already know. I just use a pick. Get behind my clip. put my finger over it so it doesn't fly into the abyss. Oh, that's the other thing. I have so many of these clips that I think I need to start selling them on eBay. You know, literally just for $1 plus shipping. And then we can use what's called a dead tracking number once we get our new eBay account established. That way we don't get a mark against us, because you have to show that your items are shipped and active tracking. But I know there's a way, guys still do it, to send it in just a regular envelope with a stamp, so that I could sell those for like literally $1 plus the stamp on eBay for guys that lose them, you know, that don't work on a bunch of saws, and they lose a fucking clip. Okay, I'm trying to do this without beating on my arm, but this one's kind of stuck good. I'm holding the arm so I'm not putting pressure banging on the arm. It doesn't look like it, but I am, trust me. It's hurting the hell out of my pinky. Yeah, this wrist pin is in there. Ooh, there it goes. Okay, so we'll save that. Those come in handy. And then we'll have our bearing here. We don't want to lose that. You can tell this sumbitch was overheated. That's why I said that I was right. That spark plug, the saw was probably running rich at one point, a little bit rich. And then something happened. Maybe one of these seals went out. Yeah, this bearing is bad. Okay, it's actually blown apart. I wonder where the rest of the pieces are. So this saw definitely overheated. 100% overheated. And then I save all these clips, because you never know when you might need one. Okay, so they go in there. Deep six that shit, Rob Weaver. We'll save that. Okay. Let's see, we'll put our crank in a bag, just for sake of not separating. Are you done with the recoils yet?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are doing what? You are doing what now? I need to make you a template, neighbor. Okay, so just drafts. Okay, drafts. Okay, you hear me? Drafts. I don't want you listing them. Just make drafts.
Oh, I know.
Okay, because you don't have a template, and those chassis are not ready to be listed or photoed yet. So just do the flywheels.
I know.
The thing with the chassis is I need to put gas caps on them. Some of them need engine pans and some don't. We need to offer them in different ways, because like the ones without the engine pans, you know, people might not want, or to, sometimes you can't get the engine pan off. Say their chassis bad, they can't get their bar stud out that holds on their engine pan. They're going to want a chassis with an engine pan on it. And we have a whole bunch of brand new Meteor engine pans that are hard to sell, so I can put them on those. So anyways, those don't even pictures. There's no point in even taking pictures of those yet, so I need to get those ready. But all those flywheels, yeah, you can post the flywheels. And then that white box, that 044 stuff, you can start looking up that stuff, okay? What has part numbers on it, and you can start making drafts for those. You know, look up your prices and stuff and make a draft for me to look at later, okay? Because there's not really going to be a template for the 044 stuff. I'm trying to find my bin. Lift that white thing, please, so I can throw my piston in there. Do we still have an audience here? Is anybody here, neighbors? Okay, a couple of people. So I'll keep going. Even if it's just one person, I'll keep the camera on while I work. Why not? Screw it. Here is another 1127. This is an MS250 flip caps. Okay, I prefer... Okay, we got a little bit of gas. We got a drain in there. I prefer twist caps myself. I like them better. They're more durable. They last longer. I love the flip caps for the ease of how easy they are to use, but they just go bad. They end up leaking a lot and breaking. And I don't mean leaking at the O-ring. I mean like they just start leaking through the center of the cap, and you can't repair them. You have to buy a new one. And they're not all that expensive, but again, if your steel dealer doesn't have them in stock, most of the steel dealers charge anywhere from $1.50 to $6 per part number that you order to have shipped. Not per item. If you order 10 gas caps, it's only $6, but if you order 10 gas caps and 10 oil caps, it's typically $12 for shipping with my dealer. Okay, so there's our gas caps out of the way. There is a reason I took those off. I'm going to put them back on, but for right now, I want them out of the way because I've got to take my lines out. And that is the one other thing. I don't usually take the oil pumps out of these, but I will usually take yeah, what am I trying to say? The oil tube out. I usually take the oil tube out because I can clean it. And all that is I'll show you. You take this little elbow out here. Well, let me clean that screw head out. See, now I'm going to get into wanting to clean all this shit while I'm going. Okay, so you can take this T27 out down here, maybe. Okay. And then you can pop that elbow out. Sometimes it will just pull right out. Sometimes you have to give it a little bit of convincing there. Okay. Yep, there we go. Okay. And that makes it easier to get your oil tube out. Okay. And the reason I do that is because I like to be able to, number one, inspect them. These can get really pliable and rip. But number two, I like to get that screen nice and clean. You almost never have to replace these. You know, sometimes they rip or sometimes they'll swell up or be loose or whatever, but you almost never have to replace them. So we'll do that, and then I like to put this part back on so that I don't lose it, and so that tiny debris does not get up into my oil pump and clog it up. Because all it takes is one little piece of schmutz, and you have to take the oil pump out and sometimes replace it. Okay, got some paper towels here to get off the oil, and then we got our little bench broom here. But the dog is right here. I wish she would move so I could send this shit flying fast, but I don't want to send it all over her. She tends to lay right underneath me. Okay, get a little bit of that debris out of our way. Okay. See, again, should have started a timer, but we would have to pause it because where the fuck are my cigarettes, neighbors? I know you guys took them. See, you guys are hiding them in the back of the audience here. You guys are trying to keep me from smoking, damn it. I appreciate you caring that much. Wally said that was fast. Well, Wally, that's like about 75% speed. I have done these. Actually, Ted thought I was editing my footage that I was speeding up my wrench turning and keeping my voice at the same pitch or whatever somehow, and I didn't know then how to speed up just a portion of my video. I only knew how to speed up the whole thing, and it makes you sound like a chipmunk, but I had not done that, so that's why I ended up going live. And I said, Ted, I can't edit live footage. It's live, it's raw, it's real. Watch me tear this shit down. And I tore one of these down in like I think 1 in 23 minutes. I think the fastest I've done one is like 17 and a half minutes. But I mean, everything just came apart super easy, and it wasn't super, super dirty like this. So, this one has the caps off. It has no air filter cover, but no fret. I have one of those. Fortunately, our handle doesn't look broken. I have no idea what our motor looks like. I think I looked through the spark plug port and it was roached. I can't remember. But again, my inspection light doesn't want to work right. So I don't have enough light to tell. So we'll have to wait until we get the saw apart. So really, all we're missing is the air filter cover and the caps that I took off. So, oh no, there's a clutch missing, no oil pump, no worm gear. So that's a couple of other parts. So we can't call this a full saw, a full teardown. So timing it would be not accurate because it's not a full saw. Where the fuck did my gray screwdriver go? There it went to get my air filter off here. Okay. There we are. Okay. I want to, yeah, I almost want to separate these, but at the same time I don't. So go ahead and get my recoil off. And again, I don't tear these down in any particular order. I just kind of, as I go, think about, okay, what am I going to take off next? And so I've probably torn down 100 025s and MS250s in 100 different ways, in 100 different orders. Okay, so then we got our 8 mils back here. And also that last one, I was kind of doing a little bit of instructional for you guys. This one I'm not, because we just did it, so I'm just going to tear down Mania. God damn it, come out, you motherfucker. There we go. I can't grab nothing in my gloves. Okay, air filter base, okay. Pop off our throttle linkage. Pop off our choke lever. This has the newer style tank vent and everything, so it is definitely a newer MS250. Okay, No fuel, so we don't have to worry about that. Pull our grommet off. There's our tank vent. This is like a 3-stage tank vent. It's got all kinds of diaphragms in it and filters. And it passes it. This is the type of, a duckbill passes air one way into the tank. That's it. If it's overpressured, sometimes it can push air out the duckbill, but it's very rarely. This will allow pressure air to escape from the tank, but it's only when it builds up a certain amount of pressure, when it's too much pressure in the tank. Okay, but it's mostly a one-way vent. And I have showed, that's too dirty, but I have showed you guys in the past, and we'll show you more the redneck way to test one of those to see if it's probably good. And when I test them with just kind of blowing in them, I'd say I've got about a 98% correction rate of whether I know it's good or not, because I've done so many of them. Pull off our carburetor. Okay, we'll keep that separate. That's going to be a 1 screw. No, it is 2 screws. Good. I hate the 1 screw carburetors. Okay, pop our wire off. Push that grommet through. Maybe it doesn't want to go through. I'm used to the camera being on the other side too, so I usually have the saw turned the other way so you guys can see. The grommet doesn't want to go through. It's in good, really good condition. Pull off our intake grommet here. I think they call this a grommet or a spacer. I think it's called like a spacer. I don't remember the technical term. Okay. Let's pop out all our AV annullers here. Get my pliers here. I am tired and it's hot in here. I've got the AC fan turned down low, and so it doesn't cool the shop completely when it's like that. Well, where'd that go, damn it? That thing just fucking vanished. Woo! Yeah, it did. Where the fuck did it go? Inside the bag. That was a good shot, you guys. Bet you I couldn't do that again if I tried. Okay, cigarette is slipping out of my mouth. Fucking drool. Don't even know if you guys are still here. Is anybody still here? I don't know if my chat is updated. I can't tell. I don't know. It needs to stop and get backlogged unless I click out of it and click back on. Okay, so there's that one. We'll pop off this bumper strip. Okay. Get some debris out of our way so we can pop this one out. Come on, baby. Come here, you. Come here. Slippery, neighbor. Slippery. It's a slip and slide. Now, you know we're listing those as flywheels with the nut, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How much are they going for? Did you look up price yet?
Yeah, I'm saying $20 even with $12.45 shipping and handling, up to $30 with $5.92 shipping.
Really? Are those the sold ones or what's listed asking?
I've seen sold and asking.
Okay, cool. Cool. So we should get like $20, $25 roughly after shipping. Okay. I like it. That's a good deal. We've got a bunch of those. Okay, there's that. And again, I will end up popping those AV mounts out, but I'm not going to F with it right now. I'll do that when I'm at the ultrasonic cleaning. Okay, I just want to get these screws because I don't want to lose them. There we are. I like that magnet I have. I don't know where it went. But this thing, because when screws get stuck, I can do that and get them out of the hole. So this is really, really handy. Okay, let's go ahead and take our spike off so we don't get bit. You don't want to try and take screws off when they're full of debris because you'll end up stripping them out. Okay, there's that. Get this handle out of our way. Okay, let's see. Let's go ahead and take our chain brake handle off and our chain brake parts out. Watch your eyes. Well, there you are. Okay, dust cover's a little stuck. Sometimes you got to give it a little convincing. Look how dirty that shit is. See, people don't take care of their shit. Okay, spring is decompressed. Okay, let's go ahead. Our scrunch is better for this, but yeah, there we go. Let me get my scrunch. It's a little bit stronger. Okay, pop that spring out. That's easy enough. Okay, let's clean this off a bit so we can see our parts, get to them easier. Go ahead and take that retaining clip off. Like I said, I'd like to put the, oh shit, I just dropped it. I lost it. There it is. Let me grab a small bag for that. I like to put those in their own bag because they vanish. They disappear. And whilst I have a couple dozen of them in stock from Stihl, I don't like to lose them because that's $1, you know? That's $1 part. And then when I don't have it with my saw, I have to dig out a brand new one, and I don't like doing that. Okay, so like that, so that we don't lose it. Flip this back over. We will pop our arm off, and it slides off the post like so. And then our black spacer, like I told you, the plastic one. And then we just kind of pry these up and lift together at the same time. Oh, let's get our chain brake band out of the way. Okay, take that up, twist it off like so. Okay, now we can take this off, okay? This one's being kind of stubborn, but if you can get them up nice and even together, it'll be a lot better for you. Okay. Oh, it's being stubborn. Doesn't want to come off. Come on, baby. Come on. This one's being stubborn. There we are. You gotta be careful. You don't want to break that chip. It's expensive to replace. Okay. You missed this AV annuller. See if we can get that with just our screwdriver. Here we go. Got that off. Okay. Now we got our spring here. Get our chain tensioner off. I will go ahead and push this AV annuller out. Okay. Not too bad, but again, we'll inspect it nice and close when it's clean to determine if we're going to reuse it or not. This is a 250, a newer 250. We shouldn't have to replace our AV annullers. I think we'll be okay. Okay, there's that. Get behind our chain tensioner back here. And this is a newer saw, so this thing will probably be a lot tighter than the last one. Okay, it is. It's bending my small screwdriver. Okay, so get that popped out a little bit. And then if we can get it started back there, if we can get a screwdriver under here, it helps so we don't break it. Okay, and just kind of work it out. Oh, our bar stud is broken too, neighbors. Look at that. Okay, yeah, somebody has JB welded that back in, and so we should be able to. It's not damaged in there. They make an oversized bar stud, and the threads are a lot bigger, and so it rethreads a new bigger hole. And so this chassis, if the rest of it's good, that's what we'll do. We'll end up putting an oversized bar stud in instead of the entire chassis. I didn't spray my muffler bolts. I should have. Okay, so while that's penetrating, we'll go ahead and take the rest of this off. We unscrewed our recoil, but we never took it off. Okay, and again, it sucks. It sucks when the rope looks that good because I like to replace it, but sometimes I'll leave that on and I'll include a piece of spare rope. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll replace the rope and then I'll include this rope. I'll cut it as close to the knot as I can to keep the length. And then I'll sell that with the saw. They can throw it in their toolbox as an emergency spare. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our coil off. Or, I'm sorry, our flywheel off. Like I said, I just loosened the nut some. Keep my socket on there. I will lift the entire saw by a flywheel fin and give that a good whack. And fortunately, we did get that off with one hit again. So sometimes I have to hit it 2 or 3 times. Again, as I said, one of the things you can do so you don't lose your flywheel nut is stick it right to your magnet. Okay, now we can go ahead and take our coil off. RT27. We got one wire against our cylinder holding our ground wires. A lot of times what I do is if my cylinder's good, which I think this one's probably going to be, I'll put that back in there so I don't lose it. And so I know, I mean, even though those other bolts are the same thread pitch, that bolt knows that hole. And so that's one of the places that is infamous for bolts fucking snapping and stripping out. And it's a nightmare if they do. Some saws, I've literally had to weld my my wires onto my cylinder, and then that causes me to have to, you know, knock $50 off the price of the saw and extend the warranty to 6 months instead of 90 days. And, you know, I have to have the right buyer that's not going to care about that red net fix. Oh, I thought there was a washer there, but I guess not. These used to always have washers on them. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Okay, so our coil is now loose. So let's go ahead and see if our muffler is going to allow us to take the nuts off without breaking the bolts or stripping the nuts. It seems like they will. Fortunately, it seems like we're getting lucky with those tonight, which is not usually the case. Okay, and we'll go easy with our impact. Very good. Get that out of there. Get that out of there. Okay. Oh, that muffler came off nice and easy, unlike the other one. Then we've got our heat shield. Yeah, somebody has definitely worked on this saw before, because I can just tell certain stuff when it's been taken apart. That does not want to come off. The heat shield. There we go. Get that off, and then we can flip our bolts out right there. Okay, put all that in there for now. And then for our handle, again, I try not to use a small screwdriver. These intake boots are actually really tough if they're OEM, and so they can take a lot. Okay, and then just go ahead and push this out there, and then our handle will be off. Careful, geeks. Ow! See, I don't want to bust knuckle. That hurts. I pinched my finger bad. So fortunately, that's good. And then the other thing I always do, which a lot of times I end up not doing this until I get to the ultrasonic, but I try to remember to do it while I'm tearing the saw down. This is a place a lot of guys will miss cleaning. Okay, carefully take that off so shit doesn't go flying. You take that screw out, and then you can pry it up. Okay, and see all that grit and dirt and everything. And you don't want that built up in there, because the more it builds up, it can end up, the trigger gets stuck. You know, you end up, all that gets there, and then your spring can end up rusting or getting hard and breaking and shit. And so by refurbish, that's what I mean. I literally am taking chain tensioners out. I'm taking everything apart. I clean everything. You know, I grease what needs greased and all that good stuff. So that's what I do. That's why my shit is expensive, okay? And then again, this screw, you can put it in here so you know easily where it goes back when you're done with your saw. This is actually the same size, I believe, as the filling spike screw. So we'll put that in there. And then finally, we can pop our coil out of the way here. Kind of pry our shroud back out of the way and get those wires out. Okay, we'll go ahead and get our fuel line out and then put our caps back on. Actually, I'm going to leave these off because this is going to be the first saw I wash. Okay, I got my little tool here. This air filter wasn't bad either. Yeah, look at that air filter. That cleaned up real nice. So that is definitely one that I can like include that with my saw just to kind of make it more appetizing to the buyer. A free air filter. Let me grab a bag for that. We'll go ahead and run this ultrasonic one more time. And then we'll go to the saw, neighbors. I guess we'll keep going a little bit longer. Let's see, do we still have an audience? Well, we got a couple people. It's quiet. Who's still here? You guys, is anybody actually still paying attention, hanging out? Go in the comments and let me know. Because if nobody's here, nobody's watching, I'm going to turn the camera off. And save battery and save, you know, time, etc. It's a long-ass video, so this video will probably not get watched by anybody after this because it is so long. Is anybody still watching, neighbors? Let me know in the comments. I'm waiting to see if you're still watching, neighbors. Oh shit, I never pulled my fuel line all the way out. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare thumb war. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get your woman on the floor. 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure your condom's straight. 9, 10, 11, 12. Do her good and do her well. Is anybody still here, damn it? I don't see no comments. Everybody fall asleep. Did I serenade you guys to sleep? The last comment I saw was at 11:57 and it is 12:21. Which means I tore this saw down in less than 20 minutes. Let's see. Okay, so again, to split this. I don't see no comments. Unc, I think I serenaded them to sleep. The last few people that are here. Which is good. I like if people can fall asleep to my YouTube channel. That's good. That gives me view hours because their YouTube's on and they're sleeping. And so I get the view hours. Yeah, that looks good. We still got machine lines on both sides. This looks really good. There's not a lot of carbon built up on it. I'll bet you this is a fairly low-hourred saw. The bearings are good. That one's good. The bearings are definitely good. The seals don't seem like they were leaky. And so, deep six that shit. Our cylinder looks really good. This is fantastic. This is a good 250 saw. We will absolutely be able to rebuild that and sell it. I don't see any comments. So either everybody left, even though it says people's here, or they got serenaded to sleep. So, since this is a good motor, we're going to want to protect it. So we will go ahead and get us a box. And we will write what it is. Right. MS250. And so what we will do, we're going to pop our piston off. Okay. Yeah, this is a newer one, so the second clip is very hard to get out. They come with it installed already, the first clip. Yeah, I don't see any comments coming up, so everybody must be sleeping or walked away from their phones or computers, etc.
We'll go get something to eat.
Okay.
Before I say this is a draft, there's no price or anything on it.
Okay. Well, have you listed any of those flywheels as drafts yet?
I've got the first one up there now. I haven't saved it.
That's your
no
first.
price or
That's your
anything
first
on it.
one.
Yeah.
Damn, you're slow, man. Holy shit. Okay. Well, that's fine.
If you want to look at it, you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, but I think we pretty much have lost our audience, so I'll be able to end this, and shit's going flying everywhere now. So one last time, I'll ask. I don't see no new comments, you guys. Did I serenade you to sleep? Because I think I'm gonna go ahead and go after this one, you guys. I might leave it on, but I might stop talking as well. So we might leave it on to get the view hours since there's still people viewing. But wrist pin's coming out nice and easy.
If you go to look, it's the one in the back.
What?
If you go to look at what's on the screen, that's the one in the back there.
Okay. Alright, so now that we've got that off, we want to protect everything. So we're going to take us some paper towels here. I'll do paper towels or bubble wrap. Okay, and I'll wrap that. Keep it protected. Okay. And then for my cylinder, what I'll do is I'll take and this is a small one, so I usually only need 2 paper towels. I still like to separate them though. Okay. Put my paper towels in there to protect that. And then we're going to put it in a box. So we'll put it in a box there like so. Okay. Got our piston wrapped up good. We'll go ahead and put our crank in there. Okay. Put our piston in there. Protect it. Okay. Our wrist pin. We'll take our wrist pin and our clip. Oh shit, where'd our clip go? I can't see it. Our wrist pin, our clip, and usually our bearing. I should have took my bearing out. Okay. Come here, you little bastard. Put that in there. Okay. And then we'll grab a slightly larger bag. Yeah, no comments. So I think the last few people have been serenaded to sleep. Love you, neighbors. Rest well, and I hope you have fantastic dreams. For me, when I sleep, sometimes I enjoy it because my dreams are enjoyable. When I don't have good dreams, if I wake up, sometimes I don't want to go back to sleep because my dreams are not a happy place. But when I'm having good dreams, I don't want to get out of bed because my dreams are better than life. You know, I get to live a happier life in my dreams sometimes. Okay, there we go, neighbors. So now those are fairly clean. We'll still ultrasonic them, but they have their bag already. And that also helps, it just helps when I pull this out to have my paper towels and I can easily set all this up. Okay, to clean it. Once I clean it, we'll put it on clean paper towels when we assemble it. So that's that. Put this in our box here. Okay. And There we go. We've got 2 saws. We're not going to add any more to this box. It will be easier to build this saw. We don't have to try and pull out all the various parts that we need for the saw out of a big old pile of 1123 stuff. That can take some time. Yeah, I think everybody has gone to serenaded to sleep. I like it. I'm very happy if I can put people to sleep with my YouTube channel. That's not an insult to me. It's a compliment. Okay, no new comments. No new comments. I'm happy. Okay, well, neighbors, since I think it's a little bit easier for me to work without the camera on at this point, and since I think everybody is pretty much asleep, I'm going to say I hope you guys are having wonderful dreams. The last few of you that are here and went to bed. And I will say, I love you, neighbors, even though I really suck at it. We have to persevere. We have to keep going in life. I hurt like hell and I want to go to bed, but I have to keep working, okay? Because I have to make money. If I don't keep pushing, and I can't keep bringing you guys footage on the YouTube channel. And I'm desperate to make this YouTube channel better. I really want it to be more successful. And I can only do that with you neighbors. And I have to bring footage if I want to have a YouTube channel. So, we just have to keep working hard. We have to keep trying to make money to buy brake parts cleaner and super clean for our ultrasonic. And, carburetor parts and fuel lines and all that good stuff that we need. Because I'm not getting a lot of customer work right now. And part of that is my fault because I haven't been advertising. But that's it, neighbors. Be kind to one another. Everyone's facing a battle. I love all 8 billion of you out there, even though I suck at it. And that's not really true. But I'm supposed to love everybody. And so I will try my best to love my neighbors, even my enemies. Even if I hate you, Jesus said I still have to love you. So I have to go fuck with my compressor because it sounds like it's going to blow up. That's going to be it, neighbors. Until next time. That does not sound good. Okay, that's it for the live.